Yo, yo, yo. We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. New show, right? New name. Obviously, you see it up top. You see it in the title. We went from bottom like RIP real quick, moment of silence. But we're back though. We're back with the new show, Town Hall Hoop Streams. That will be the name of this show here. Obviously, you see the background. We're in City Hall. We're in City Hall. And one by one, you all will have the opportunity to come up to the podium and give us your take. Shout out to John D for the background. I think it's amazing. I think personally it's amazing. Shout out to you. Let me see. Moderators in the chat, we will be banning all hatred today. We will be banning all hatred today. So I suggest if you're in the chat, you behave. I do not operate as some others or other creators. I get you the hell up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I get you the hell up out of here. You know, we'll replace you with another one. It's not that difficult. Make sure that you like the stream, And obviously, the title of the show, Who's the Favorite in the East, we'll be talking about the Eastern Conference. But really quickly, I want to chat a little bit about the NBA. Number one, did you see the Celtic game yesterday?
Who did the Celtics play?
They played the Hawks.
I saw parts of it. I wasn't watching it intently. I saw parts of it. They won the game. I know that. And JT
They
had
did
like
win the game.
25. Yeah. No Jaylen Brown. So
yeah.
But no, I didn't watch the game in its entirety. Was there something you was trying to get off?
I know they've been winning games lately.
Oh, okay, so we're getting disgusted. Okay, go ahead.
No. It's just this version of JT, man. I don't know. The brother can't score in isolation, Mars. I just look. This was a problem prior to injury, anyway.
Okay.
But it's looking shaky, man. Peyton Pritchard had a wonderful game. Shout out to him. He had a wonderful game, but I'm going to stay on the train of they can't win if Jason Tatum is this level of player. I'm stuck there. I'm sorry. If he was elite, I hear it. They're going to need Jason Tatum to be a better version of himself. Like, this is not going to cut it, Gay. This is
you're not respecting his 0.64 points in isolation? You're not respecting
it's trash. It's trash. I don't know what happened to that young man's jumper, but my God, it's just he's a brick now. He's a brick.
It's been what? 12 games or whatever he's played?
No, it's been 2 years. Stop.
Oh, we going back to pre-Achilles? Oh, we doing
I'm saying the brother ain't been able to shoot for a while. Am I lying?
I mean, he can make catch and shoot threes before.
He can catch and shoot.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. So
anything off the bounce.
I mean, those are difficult shots anyway. Mensa really like be shooting 38% on off the dribble threes, like 33%, serviceable back then, decent. And then when you shoot 40% on catch and shoot threes, it was good. He was 1 point per possession in isolation last year. Just so happens to be 0.64 now, but that's the rest. We shaking off the rest. We locking in. We're back.
I think he's got to play out of the post way more. Like he has to. Like, to me, that's not even like a debate right now. He has to play like a 6'10" player and not like a 6'5" one. That so happens.
Oh, so he's done being a wing? That's what you're telling me?
He can guard. His defense has been really good. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. Like he has been really good defensively, but and his passing, he's like come back and immediately the best passer and playmaker on the team. Like that hasn't even taken 3 games to I was like, oh yeah, Jaylen Brown is worse than you at that. Like that was apparent first game back. But that scoring, man. Jeez, that scoring. Now, maybe it won't matter because Jaylen Brown is a really good scorer.
He is.
Maybe it won't matter. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see. Another thing I was considering, because I know me and you we have been talking about the process for Luka Doncic. And there was a game that I rewatched that I was like, oh, you know what? In this particular instance, it would kind of make sense. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Stop what I'm saying. $50 super chat. Can we change the subject? Oh, shout out to you. So, real talk, you can now join JBFC and acknowledge he is and was the better player. I do definitely think he's better right now. I'm still not saying he's just been better than Tatum, but he's definitely better than Tatum right now. And I think, and I question this also, like just moving forward in general, like he just may just be better than Tatum now. I'm not. I'm kind of comfortable saying that actually. What say you? Do you think Jason Tatum ever is again the best player on the Celtics?
Oh my god, man! I don't know. It's been 10 games. I don't know. He hasn't looked great. So, but it's been 10 games. I don't know. I don't.
This isn't that to me is less about like it is about a little bit of like Tatum regression, but like Jaylen Brown's like really good. Yeah, but like really I think he's better than like Spreadsheet FC has been giving him credit for.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously. They don't think he's an all-star caliber player. Let them tell it. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. But I'm even saying like myself, like we use like the on-off data with Jaylen Brown and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, when I do watch him play, it's like, oh, I see. You can kind of see where Ox be coming from sometimes. It's like when he decides to really attack the basket, really like that Thunder game, like he was incredible. Like
yeah,
physically imposing, still a phenomenal athlete. When he wants to play the defense that he's capable of, amazing at that end. The rim pressure again is phenomenal. His passing and playmaking, although not to the level of Jason Tatum, definitely has gotten better this season. And I think that has come with like the reps as far as the on ball, number one shot creator, score on your team. Had a few impressive like lay down passes in that game as well. Like Jaylen Brown's really good, bro. I think I have him in my like top 15. And I don't think I've ever considered him the top 15 player before this season.
Yeah, off instinct, I wouldn't have him that high, but I might. I don't know. I'm not in the mood to make a top 15, 20 list, whatever. You got another super chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Chill will rage. He will not accept JB being better than Tatum. Yeah, hey, y'all gotta.
He might flip it into his agenda and then be like, oh, well, if Jaylen Brown can't win with Jason Tatum as the second best player, but Jason Tatum can win with Jaylen Brown. Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
He might flip it into his agenda, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chill. I just watched the video of him defending Tim Duncan. It came up on my timeline yesterday. So shout out to Chill. Wow. That was an interesting video. But yeah, Jaylen Brown is really good. I think Jaylen Brown doesn't play the 2, but like he's seen as like a 2 guard. I think most of the typical 2 guards just tend to get underrated by the spreadsheets, whether that be Jaylen Brown, even Anthony Edwards isn't loved by the advanced stats. Devin Booker isn't loved by the advanced stats. You go back, Kobe wasn't loved by the advanced stats, like in comparison to how good he actually was. I think it's just the thing about them because like they aren't going to be the highest volume playmakers. They're typically not going to have the cleanest of shot diets, especially for regular season play. But their skill sets tend to always scale up in the playoffs. I think there's enough evidence of that being the case. So if you just gonna be eyeing the spreadsheets, yeah, you're probably gonna underrate those guys. But I think that value really pops in the playoffs. Michael Jordan was it's definitely an outlier because like he didn't turn the ball over. He generated a lot of steals. His efficiency was just a tier above everyone else.
Yeah, he was just some more accurate in his times. Yeah.
Quite frankly, he was just better. I don't know. He was just better. Like, sorry, I apologize. He was just better. Relative to Aaron.
No, that's
he was just better.
Yeah,
he was just better. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
So yeah, but I think typically I do think that's probably part of it. Just inherently more inefficient shot diets, more self-creation, higher turnovers, but less like of a playmaking burden, like all of that stuff lends itself to, and most of them are going to be like typical on-ball defenders, which the spreadsheets also would prefer off-ball defenders and blah blah blah. So I think that's part of it. But yeah, I think Jaylen Brown, I can't say he's underrated because some of the things I've heard have been ridiculous in my opinion. But there's so many people who do underrate him. I just think he's polarizing. That's the best term I can put. Would I have him top 15? I don't know, maybe. But like I've been saying, oh yeah, I'm not entertaining the Derek White stuff. Like that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's not even.
That stuff has been nothing short of ridiculous every time I hear it. But yeah, Jaylen Brown is really good. If he is better than Tatum, I do think that is a concern for the Celtics, but I don't think that means they can't win. Especially if Tatum is like really, really good. Like if it's like, oh, Jaylen Brown is the 14th best player in the league and Jason Tatum is 19th. So yeah, okay. I think they can win that way. So it really just does depend on how Tatum looks going into the playoffs. Whether he's the best or not is kind of just not inconsequential, because if he's better than Jaylen Brown, that helps. But it doesn't just ruin their chances of winning if he's not that best, in my opinion.
Also, what I was referring to as far as the because me and you had a little back and forth about Luka's process in the step back three volume and stuff like that, in which we are going to air that out again
oh my God,
one day. But
one day, cool.
Maybe today. I'll see how I'm feeling later on. But one game where I did see like your ability or your tendency to go ahead and shoot that shot was the Celtic Thunder game in regards to Shea. Because with how much like gap help that he was like going against and stuff like that, and people kind of were like, oh, he only shot the ball 12 times or whatever it was. It would have behooved him to just go ahead and shoot a step back three like 6 or 7 times in that game against that specific defense. If they're not going to, I wasn't doing that on purpose, but sure. If they're not going to allow him to like drive into the areas of the court where he's comfortable, get into the middle of the lane, get to that mid-range area for his pull-ups there, it would have made sense for him to shoot some more step back threes in that case.
Yeah, do you see what he did against Chicago? Kind of did what you're asking.
I actually didn't watch that game. All I saw was he was a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He tried it. He tried. He was like, oh, let me get these threes up. Made none of them. But yeah, I think I mean, we understand the value of being a 3-level scorer. Right? And being a 3-level scorer isn't just making missing. It's being a threat. It's being willing to shoot that shot, causing defenses to react, all of that stuff. Now, ideally, you're not going 3 for 25 every game, but at the end of the day, law of averages and whatever over the course of a season, I think it starts to balance itself out for good or for bad. We've seen it with Luka starting to balancing out the good way. We've seen it for Tyrese, and it's been balancing out the bad way. But over larger samples, you see these things start to find their way back to the mean. But it is a volatile shot in the playoff series. You might have a series where Luka shoots 28%. And I can lose the Lakers a series. But we also have a series where Luka's shooting 44%, and I can win the Lakers a series. So that volatility becomes more valuable or detrimental, depending on which way it swings, in playoff series where there's less of a sample size for things to revert back to the mean. But in the regular season, when things do revert back to the mean, I think it all balances itself out. Yeah, my whole thoughts on the process thing. Luka's Luka, and Luka's been Luka, and I still think he is Luka. Although he's playing better defense, so Luka plus
He's
better defense.
definitely been doing that.
So give him his flowers for that. Definitely all NBA first team in my opinion. And I think he's been having an underrated year by the masses. So hopefully he can get his proper flowers. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, go Luka.
Yeah, like overall, this probably is his second best year of his career. So for all of the complaining that even I myself have done this season, this is still one of the better years of his career. Right. That December really just left a bad taste in people's mouth paws. Because that was an atrocious month. And I will not stand for anybody who is trying to rewrite history now that Luka's playing phenomenal, that he didn't spend some of this year playing very much mid. I'm not moving off that because he's great right now. Two things can be true. Great right now, mid then. Both happened. It is what it is. However, to the process though that we were talking about, he even said in an interview, because I had been noticing this the last few games, it's like Luka's making a concerted effort to drive the basketball more. At least from my eye test point of view. Like the second half against the Nets, I saw that. The second half against Orlando, I saw that as well. Just constantly putting his head down, getting to the rim, or even if they cut him off, turning those into post ups. I'm like, that's why I wasn't mad at the Orlando game. Holy shit. He's not just, it was, I was watching the game live and, some people were streaming with me. It was like 3 or 4 times I was expecting this would be a step back possession. And it wasn't. He was like, nah, I'm going to hesitate and then I'm going to go. And then last night after the game in his post game interview, he was like, they asked him, why is it that you're playing so well and how can you keep this up? He was like, well, the 3 ball is going to fall sometimes it's not. But one thing I am trying to make sure of is getting 2 feet in the paint. I almost cried. Oh my goodness. He was like, look, I'm just trying to, stay aggressive, get downhill, get 2 feet in the paint as often as I can. I was like, see, this is the nigga. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I've absolutely loved how Luka Doncic has been playing. I think he's been the best player in the league since January. I know a lot of people are on the Wemby train right now. There are certain somebodies that are now just completely glazing Wemby to infinity and beyond now on the timeline, every video that he makes. But apparently now I'm the flip-flopper, although he used to have Nikola Jokic as clear best in the league 3 seconds ago. And 3 seconds before that, he had Giannis. But another topic for another day. Let me see. We have another super chat. I didn't get to say it yesterday, but Mars female mosquitoes only suck blood to lay eggs. Both sexes only need plant sap, nectar, or fruit juice for energy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said that. I said they do it for reproduction. I thought that was implied, but thank you for the education for everyone. Shout out to mosquitoes. They have use in society. Well, they have use in the ecosystem. Shout out to them.
All right. Oh wait, let me. I forgot how to do that. I
Put
figured
the
out.
link out.
Yeah, I figured.
I was wondering when that happened. I thought he was just going to be chopping it up.
No, I know. I'm gonna copy the link from.
It's been a while since we've been there, chat. So we just
yeah.
We Jason Tatum right now. We working off the rust. That's all it is. We working off the rust.
Hold on, let me get myself together. This is gonna be my last question, but we're pivoting now to the Eastern Conference, because the first team I want to talk about, and I was watching the panel. I don't know what day it was yesterday. or whatnot when you stole my take. But I've borrowed takes from you as well, so I'm not too upset. I'm not too upset.
What take was
But
it exactly?
it was the why is this shit not working?
I don't know. It's maybe because you've been froze for like a minute and a half. We just been
I'm
staring at you.
froze.
Yeah, we've been staring at your lovely groin. It's been it's been amazing. There you go. Hello. Welcome back.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Um.
Hello.
Yeah. Nah. I said like a month or two ago that the Hornets gave me Pacer vibes. You know what I'm saying? Give me
Oh, and I
Pacer
said
vibes.
Lamelo's Halliburton adjacent.
But you said the Hornets and the Pacers have a lot of parallels.
Well, I said
Um,
in a series against the Knicks, yeah, in terms of the way they
mhm,
can take advantage of particularly Brunson, yeah. Um, I don't think they're like I do think they're the most similar team to the Pacers in the
mhm.
league. But yeah, the comparison was more so just based on a Knicks series than anything. But yeah, I do think LaMelo and Halliburton are like from the same tree.
For sure, which is funny because I love LaMelo and hate Halliburton. But I was because I'm about to do this film breakdown little video on LaMelo, and so I've been like I rewatched that Knicks game.
You do film breakdowns now?
We
Versatile, okay.
we do it all. I did a game breakdown of the Celtic Thunder game. That was great. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Very informative. I'm trying to get out of the, just being the reaction channel. I mean, those definitely get views. Don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong.
was gonna
And
say
we
successful.
will still be doing those, but just
Just
testing
adding
the
a
waters.
mid-range game. You just added a
Yeah, we're
mid-range game
testing the
right now.
waters,
Yeah.
testing the waters on a few stuff. They're like a whole film stream on Twitch too. That was fun. But um rewatching that team, they're so fun, bro. They're so fun to watch. And like what surprised me, because I remember we were talking about them on the panel, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're only like 25th in pace. But when you watch them play, that doesn't like compute in my
It doesn't
mind
feel like
either.
they're
It
playing
doesn't feel
slow.
like that at
Mhm.
all. But it's because even when they run their sets with good pace. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see most teams in the NBA, well, most basketball teams in general, this is on every level of basketball. People run sets and kind of mundanely go through them. You know what I'm saying? It's like pass the ball, jog over here to the screen. The person that's coming off the screen is 70% really coming off of it. With them, it's like, no, we're sprinting into the action. The screener is sprinting into the screen. The guy that's coming off the screen is flying off. Conker Nipple is running full speed off this goddamn pin down. And the fact that he can run that fast and then balance himself to shoot the ball that accurately. I don't know if this is a hot take. I think Conker Nipple already is a better offensive player than Klay Thompson ever was. Hey, we can discuss that another time. Klay clears defensively.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
gonna give Klay that. But bro, Con Loki can like run a little pick and roll, better passer. I'm telling, hey, y'all call me crazy now.
I'm
Call
gonna
me
be honest.
crazy
That's
now.
one of the craziest
Call me
random hot
crazy
takes I've
now.
heard.
Call me crazy now. But hey, we're going to see. We're going to see.
That's such a
Um,
random hot take. God damn.
but look, another special thing about that team is they don't just have three shooters. They have three shooters that are all willing to relocate, which is another little dynamic. Like LaMelo is a great relocation shooter, Khan and Brandon Miller. It's not like, oh, we just stand in the corners and shoot these threes when they're open. It's like, no, LaMelo get off the ball, relocate to open location, get it, splash. Same with Brandon Miller, same with Khan. And then the only dynamic that they're really missing for the 1-to-1 with the Pacers is the Pascal Siakam. Because Pascal Siakam was a very good one-on-one player for the Pacers, especially like in the playoffs. When he has the spacing, you can give him a mid-post touch, and he was fantastic in those situations, attacking mismatches. Theoretically, that's supposed to be Miles Bridges. Watching
That's how
that
they
Knicks
use him at
game,
least. Yeah.
yeah, watching that Knicks game, whenever they had Jalen Brunson on them, immediately to the post.
Mm-hmm.
They like immediately. It didn't even, they weren't even thinking about it. And he was able to make a few skip pass. Like he made a skip to Nipple. That was a really good pass. Another good thing for a switch beating player, which to me is a little wrinkle. Like the fact that he has good touch and can hit like float little hook shots with both of his hands is very valuable in my opinion. So like when he got Jalen Brunson, one of them, he backed him down and then gave him a little shoulder shimmy into like a right hand hook. And to me, the reason why that's important is because I know there are other players where you will hope. I don't want to go back to him, but I am. Like Jason Tatum can't really make that shot. Like he can't, like if he has a switch, he has to get all the way to the basket. But usually when you're in that much of a mismatch, the teams aren't going to let you get all the way to the basket like that. So like your little flow short hook game to me is kind of crucial. So we'll see. I am very excited about the Hornets. I think they can yeah, I think they can do some things in the playoffs. I really do. I really do.
I agree. I mean, they played the Sixers in a couple hours, and that's like a huge game for seeding because they're right next to each other in the standings. I think the Hornets, to me, and I don't know, since we're saying, I don't know if this is a hot take actually. The Hornets are like a Pascal Siakam type player away from being like
Yeah.
legitimate contenders, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Not just first round team, not like legitimate. We can get out the East type team. If they had that type of
It's the
isolationist
reliable
misdirection
2-point
attacker.
scorer, basically.
Yeah, that's the one
Mhm.
thing that I've been saying they've been missing because Brandon Miller is not a very good 2-point scorer. LaMelo, that's his biggest weakness. Con, for everything you love with him off the ball, you're still not going to ask him reliably to create his own bucket in the from two as often as you would need in a playoff setting. But if they did have that Pascal Siakam type, like best world ever, put Kevin Durant on the Hornets. Like this might be the best team in the
Yeah.
league.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's like Kawhi Leonard on the Hornets. It's
Yeah.
like there's nothing you can do.
Exactly.
So like if they had that, and then maybe like a backup point guard. I think Kobe White's cool, but like more of like not a table setting point guard, but someone who can just keep the pace going, get everyone
A
touches, get
TJ
everyone involved.
McConnell.
Yeah, we're making a lot of paces parallels, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah.
that type of point guard, like anything but Tyus Jones, really, I think would do a lot of damage for them. I do think I've been saying it for a while. I do think they're way better than their record suggests. They're just tough to beat. I would have wanted to see Kambuza on this team next year because I do think he can do a lot of the mismatch attacking, playing in the middle of the floor and like the short roll off like Concanipple or LaMelo's gravity and whatever. Get Musa in the dunker spot, that type of thing. I think he would have been like a really good four for them. But now that they're clearly too good to, in my opinion, be in the lottery, I think they should be targeting that type of player in free agency. Maybe if they get like a 16th pick and a guy like Yaxu is on the board, maybe you can go look at him. But like someone just physically imposing, can score in the intermediate range, can attack mismatches. That's the only thing they're missing. Also, that guy also needs to be able to shoot the three. So I'm not asking for DeMar DeRozan. But
Right,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
but
126.
yeah. So they're really like one legitimate piece away, I think. And that's a lot closer to that than I thought they would be coming into the season. I thought what Con is right now was like damn near best case scenario for his career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was like, hey, if Con can be a 20-point scorer, one of the elite shooters in the league, solid on defense, not bleeding value on that side of the ball, give you some tertiary ball handling and decision making. That's great value for the fourth pick. That's how I viewed Con Knipple. He did this as a rookie. Like,
Yeah.
That's mightily impressive. That he's this good this early. I'm gonna leave the Klay Thompson thing alone, but just in terms of like his overall value as a shooter, especially as a 3-point shooter, he might be the second best 3-point shooter in the league. I don't know if that's a hot take or maybe it's just a normal take. He might be the second best 3-point shooter in the league. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah. it's ridiculous just how comfortable he is. And I think the big point you alluded to, the speed in which he can because their go-to when the clock's running down, Con sprint into a go screen, come out to the wing, we're gonna get you a 3. His ability to once like you said, turn, stay unbalanced, and then make ridiculous shots over and over is something that not many people in the league can do. Like I know we talk about like the Damian Lillards of the world and whatnot because of the range they have and all that. Dame ain't doing this off the ball. And if you want to make me make an amendment, okay, he might not be the second best 3-point shooter in the league. Off ball 3-point shooter. Yeah, he might be the second best in the league. I don't like it's ridiculous what he's doing.
I was just thinking between maybe him, Dame, and Ant. I mean, them the only ones really, and Ant may not just get him up like that, but like his accuracy is insane. But
yeah, they can also just do a lot more off the dribble than Con can, but he can do so much more off the ball than they do or they can do. I don't know whichever one you want to say. It's just he's shooting. How many is he shooting a game? He's shooting 8 a game, so I'm shooting 8.5. He's at 44%. No one who shoots more than him is above 40.2.
Yeah,
which is Ant, by the way. Ant's
yeah.
Although wait, Steph is at 39 this season. Yeah, the numbers would say that this is entirely plausible. Everyone else above him is more self-created, other than like MPJ, but he's only shooting 36% on the year. Damn, Tatum, 9 threes a game, 30%. God damn.
Yeah.
Derek White, 8.5 threes a game, 32%. God damn.
Yeah.
Nikhil, 8 threes a game, 39%. Shout out to you. Clay's still at 39% this year, so shout out to him. Jalen Green is at 7.5 attempts on 31%. Salute. I don't know. Con's up there. That's really it. Con's up there. That's kind of it for me.
Okay.
You laughed at Charlotte drafting Con?
I did. I did.
Did you think they should have taken Ace?
I don't know. I just saw like an NBA player. I didn't know if Con was going to be that. But I was wrong. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem admitting that when I am. It just doesn't happen as often as y'all think. I'll be right a lot of the time. Let me see. Let me read these super chats. Then we're going to start bringing people up. Again, if you can have your camera on, please go ahead and do that. We would definitely appreciate it. And remember, this time it is one at a time. It'll be one person at the podium. And again, you can talk about the topic in the title or talk about something that you've been wanting to ask me or Mars, or you can attempt to come up here and cook. One of us. That is all plausible.
You know ideally, you don't do that, but yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Here we go with Flash Omarion. Do you guys think
close enough
2019 Hornets season would win MVP this year? No. Luka's not
I doubt MVP. It. Yeah, I doubt. Okay, well, Harden's better than 2019. Well, I doubt it. Like, he wouldn't have the winning on his side on that Rockets team. People they'd use the same talking points they use against Luka. So yeah, I doubt it, but 36 a game would still be ridiculous. But yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I have it still. The fact that they are really trying to take this award from SGA when it's been the whole last month and a half has been SGA versus Luka, SGA versus Jokic, SGA versus Wemby. That tells you the MVP is SGA. If SGA is the standard every time.
That's the same argument I've made. I agree. I think he's going to win it. I think this is once again just a thing people want to talk about. I think Wemby probably will come second at this point, but I don't think he's going to. If he does win it, shout out to Wemby. But
I thought he was going to win it convincingly. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think he's going to win it, but it's not. Yeah, it's going to be close. Joey Buck 12 said Jay Wash been my Musa. Thank you. Is that the TY?
I'd assume it's thank you. I don't know.
Okay. Can he get a little glaze? Jordan Walsh is a phenomenal defender. I like Jordan Walsh from the Boston Celtics. Definitely plays his role. Also shooting like 40% from three, I believe this year. Very low volume, but when he takes them, he hits them. So kudos to him. I actually think he should get a little bit more playing time, to be honest with you. But yeah, I like Jordan Walsh. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I like Jordan Walsh. I think he's in that group of wings that the Celtics have who all contribute seemingly above their talent level or whatever, with him, Gonzalez, Shireman. They even play like Ron Harper Jr. sometimes, and he's like giving them productive minutes. So Sam Hauser. So yeah, shout out to the Celtics, man, or whoever making those wings valuable. Shout out to Jaylen Brown.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown, top 15 player. Noah X159 with the $5 super chat said, "Real talk, laughed at Charlotte drafting Khan on draft day." By the way, I absolutely did. I laughed at Reed Shepard as well. Maybe I'm a little racist. Who knows? Thank you, Retro Cam, for becoming a YouTube member. I definitely appreciate you. Also, guys, make sure that you like the stream, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Also, we will be back doing these episodes Wednesday on Mars's channel as well. So don't forget that. Make sure y'all are tapped into Mars. I'll have his YouTube channel pinned in the description. So, and should just add it to the title so you can just click that and then it'll send you over there too. But yeah, Wednesdays will be over there. Now to our first guest, Nazim.
Yo, what's up? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
How you doing?
The Nets fan.
It's been a bad
Warriors
year.
fan. It's bad everywhere.
It's been a bad year. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. Hopefully we get knocked out the play-in and we get like a top 10 pick. That's all I'm hoping for.
You talking about the Warriors?
Yeah, he's talking about the Warriors. If Steph come back healthy, you guys can't go on a little run?
No, I don't want them to either. I think we've lost to the Blazers every time this year too. So that wouldn't even be possible
right now.
Jesus. Yeah, we wouldn't even be able to do that. So yeah, hoping we get a top 10 pick. I know you said Yax may fall to 15 or something like that, but like I don't know. He might be like a low 10. Like he might be like a 10 to 12 pick.
Yeah, he might be. It's just I think it will entirely be how teams view his age, not his ability.
Yeah, because what is he? He's 23.
He's gonna be 24 when
4 by draft. Starts. Yeah, so maybe.
That's the only reason I think he'd drop. But I think he would work.
But he would come to us because we would want somebody that his age.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, if I'm going to say, I would look at him for sure.
And then
based on whatever pick you get,
if we get super lucky, like 6 or 5, we'd probably try to get Caleb. And
then, you might need the 4th pick for Caleb.
He's that because
you might.
I
think you probably need the 4th pick.
It depends on how people feel about Darius too, though.
I'll be very shocked if a team drafts Darius above Caleb, but they might if it's the Kings.
Sacramento, Sacramento,
Kings, maybe.
Yeah, but so something about the topic at hand with the East. I mean, y'all kind of already touched on it with Charlotte and stuff. I do think Charlotte, if they're able to get to like wherever the Knicks place, the Knicks is out the first round. To be honest, I think they can. I think they can. Yeah, I think they can't really. I don't think they could beat the Knicks. Or sorry, I don't think the Knicks will beat the Hornets. As well, Philly is looking like they're ramping up for something too. I think they can make a decent run.
We can. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of the players I've been watching this season have either been injured or just haven't been playing well. So I've been kind of limited on what I've been watching.
The Knicks Hornets series is going to be very interesting because to me, for the Knicks to win that series, they're going to have to damn near bench Cat. I'm not going to lie.
It's not even that. I think there's no place to hide. There's no place to hide Brunson with them. That's my thing.
Nah, because when I rewatched that game, Brunson was fine when he was on. Here's what I think they should do.
Mm-hmm.
They should put Brunson on LaMelo. But you can only achieve that with Mitchell Robinson in the game being a way better drop big than Cat. Because what Jalen Brunson was doing when Mitchell Robinson was in the game was kind of locking, trailing LaMelo off of ball screens. And then Mitchell Robinson is like a good enough big to kind of discourage the immediate pull-up three.
That's true.
And good enough to, keep the big pass at bay as well. Like that's not available target because Mitchell Robinson is huge. What that's able to do is like LaMelo put Jalen in in jail a couple of times. But I mean LaMelo is not this fantastic 2-point scorer. So
no, that's also I feel like he should be better. I would think he would try to initiate
coverage
more.
A little bit more.
I would say that he would try to initiate more on Brunson though, if that's the case. If you think that might be more of like a trap play for them, to where they think it's like a mismatch, and then they'll have like OG setting up, then maybe that may work. I can see that. It's a lot of ways that can go, but I don't know. I'm a lot more optimistic on Charlotte.
He can't chase Miller or Khan. That's not an option. And Miles is just going. That's a mismatch.
Yeah.
So,
when LaMelo gets to getting off the rock and then relocating, you're gonna need Brunson to start chasing him too.
Question: is McBride back or no?
He should be back by the playoffs.
By the playoffs
is the last thing I've seen.
Because I do think I'm like if they do want to start bringing in like McBride back, or because I know Clarkson hasn't been playing much because he doesn't really fit all that well, but I don't know, like trying to make it to where, like in Real Talk's point, because I do think Cat won't be able to play as much, so you're gonna need a little bit more of a scoring punch from your guards. It's more of that kind of process I'm thinking about if Cat can't play.
Get Demon McCall, man, off ball shooting. What are we talking about?
Actually, McCall's had his up and downs. I'm not even gonna hate on McCall.
Yeah, don't hate.
I'm not even gonna hate all that much. But yeah, I can see. But I did want to say because I know it's off topic from the East side, but the West side, another team I thought that was gonna get surprisingly knocked from the playoffs first round. I know people had some high hopes on was Houston. I think Houston does get knocked in the first round as well.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
I'll be more surprised if they win than if they lose.
Yeah, to be honest.
And that's regardless of opponent. Right now, they play the Lakers. Bye-bye. They play the Nuggets. Bye-bye. If they play the Wolves, bye-bye. If they play the Spurs or Thunder, bye-bye. Like, if they win, I'll be surprised. Like, them losing is kind of, I've already put my money on that.
Because I've been, it's not looking good. And I also think Ime isn't the coach I think people have been hyping him up.
We got Ime haters now, man. Damn.
I think even from like the start of the season, I wasn't a big fan with Ime, especially with some of the lineups that he was trying to run. Especially because like, y'all could have been running sets for Reaves for a long time now. Y'all wait till I don't even think y'all make plays for Reaves still. So
not really.
So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, when he's in there, he's supposed to be the theoretical point guard. It's like, yeah, the Rockets just are bad. I will say this though, Sengun's been like better since he's been back. That's one encouraging sign. Been playing very efficiently as a big.
I mean, the fact that your best playmaker is KD is just It's really
I don't think he is. I legit think Alfred is
Respect
the
gravity. Respect gravity. Respect gravity. Thank you.
Alfred's their best passer.
He's their best
At
passer,
least.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's their best
but
passer, for
playmaker,
sure.
I feel like still Sengun's he still gets sped up too much to where he can't make decisive decisions all the time.
Kevin Wayne.
He okay. Oh, true, very true. But I think they both have the same weakness, so I don't know. But
I think Alfred is much better.
KD getting doubled, his brain just gets fried. I know that.
I mean, Sengun's not the greatest at navigating doubles either, but like the fact that we're even like the fact that this is the question is kind of the problem.
Yeah.
It's just not a very good team. But in fact, this team's so mid. I'm just gonna start giving Jalen Green more credit for having him as a 2 seed last year.
But doesn't that also kind of create the question more towards like why is there now a situation to where there's not enough playmaker / point guards like in the league, to where like now there's a lot of teams that need somebody to like set up players like Orlando, like they need someone like Paolo to like get set up, or they need someone like KD to get set up on just I'm thinking of random teams. Like there's now a PG epidemic almost in a sense, but because teams are worried about them not being able to guard, it's like, but we have wings in the league that can't guard either. So
yeah, but they have positional size, so you get the benefit of the doubt. If you're 6'2", it's like we're just not.
I mean, like I get
that matters, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's way better. It's way better than Luka Doncic. It's 6'7", 6'8", opposed to being Trae Young 6 foot. Like
true, no, very true. But I think even to like now, like even they're saying guys that are like 6'3" are undersized, and I think that's just not true. Like,
well, the league is getting bigger. I think not in terms of like average height, but in terms of like the positions are becoming more.
I mean, it is, but like, does it also kind of matter to the point too? Like, certain guys, they're like 6'8", 6'9", but like they get knocked off their spot just as much as a 6'2", 6'3" guy would, like.
That's my biggest issue. I think
that matters too.
The league has gone so much towards positionless basketball that like the actual understanding of the value of a small guard kind of got lost, because it was so for like a few years from like 2018 to like 2022-ish. It was so hell bent on like just put the ball in your best player's hands and space out, be ready to catch the shoot, whatever the case may be. Yeah. But the reality is when you have these bigger ball handlers, like they're going to be more susceptible to things like gap help because their handle is going to be higher. You're going to be able to get under them, all of those types of things. Whereas like the smaller guards who are able to navigate these tight spaces, that was their value, alongside all the actual point guard skills that you've now forced upon these wings.
Right.
But I think there's just a shortage of point guards who are good at the position, can provide viable scoring threat, and then aren't just so easy to pick on defensively. Ironically, I think Fred VanVleet is like one of them. He's actually like he's a small point guard who's viable. But there's just not many of them like running around in the league right now. But I think they might start coming along.
These next couple of years, you think?
Yeah, potentially. I think the league is going to start realizing the value of actual
point guards again. Yeah, point guards again. Yeah, I'm starting to think so. But I think by that point in time, it's just really hard because they're still gonna probably prioritize like the guys that are 6'4", 6'5" anyway.
I mean, yeah, they're always gonna take, if you have 2 point guards who are for all intents and purposes the same, or like even if the 6'2" guy is slightly better, but this guy's 6'5" with a +4 wingspan, they'll just take him because he's bigger. Like basketball's a sport where height and length prevails. Like it just is what it is.
It's just the geometry of the game. It just is what it is. But Nazim, we appreciate you. I'm saying it right?
Naseem.
Yeah. Naseem, we appreciate you joining us on our first episode of Town Hall Hoops. You're the first guest on Town Hall Hoop Stream, so you're
Thank you, man.
You're important. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good, man. I feel special. I appreciate y'all. Thanks,
You
man.
should.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always tapping in. You have a
Thanks.
good one.
You too.
You know, again, let me put the link in the chat if you want to join up. All you have to do is hit the link. Boom, boom. My boy.
What's up?
Oh, man.
What's up? What's up,
Yo.
Amir? How you doing, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, been a while, man. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you been, man?
I've been all right. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. What do you want to converse about?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I initially I was gonna answer the question in the title, but then I found out a better question to ask since y'all were talking about James Harden, so might as well stir up something.
Here we go.
Yeah, if '06 Steve Nash is playing today, where does he rank in the MVP ladder?
Let me look at the MVP ladder.
Is
I know
his
Jalen
team
Johnson's
good?
on it. Yeah, I know Jalen Johnson's on the MVP ladder, so I'm comfortably going to say above him.
Like, is he better than anyone in the top four? Let's just start with that. Like,
so Luka, Jokic, Shea, and Wemby. That's the last top four. In my opinion, yes, but that's neither here nor there.
What about you?
You know who I think he's better than. You know who I think he's better than.
Wait, what were the names you said again? I didn't hear
Jokic, Luka, Shea, and Wemby.
Oh, you think he's better than Luka?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've lost your mind. Okay, look.
You sound surprised like I haven't been here for like
you've lost your mind.
That's fine.
I successfully.
It depends on how good the team is, though. Like, because that to me
he'd have
played
to
a
be
large
on like
part of his
the
06
Suns equivalent.
Yeah,
he'd have
exactly.
to be on
if he's on a 60+ win team, then
I don't think he'd be very high. Like, I think he'd probably be like 7, 8. That's probably where he'd be.
Yeah, but is there a team that if you replace the best player on that team, like from the MVP ladder, is there a team you're looking at and you're like,
the Pistons was the first team I thought of instantly. Yeah, if you put him in Detroit,
instead of Cade,
yeah, I'm fairly sure they're still a 1 seed. Their offense is better. Steve Nash would once again get the lion's share of credit the same way Cade does.
Nash on that OKC team would kind of be crazy too.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's enough of a volume scorer though, because like that team does.
Yeah, he'll be finding fucking Ludo, and it's like
yeah.
Oh, the Knicks instead of Brunson, you have the same defensive shortcomings. You just have a way better offensive team.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Nash and Cat.
Nash,
so yeah, like
Nash
the Knicks, Pistons type of team.
Nash on that Knicks team, they're my favorite to win a championship. Not gonna lie, if they have a point guard like that,
the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, no knock on Jalen Brunson. He's great, but I don't think he's the point guard that team needs. He's great, but in his own way. I don't know
if he's a lot lower on Jalen Brunson this year.
Really?
I'm not lower on him, but I just don't think he's the best point guard for that team from the league. Like, if you switch him and Cade, maybe both teams get better. I don't know. I feel like the play style of Jalen Brunson is not the best for that team. They have a lot of things, a lot of options, and a lot of great things, but I don't know if Jalen Brunson is the right player there. But another thing I wanted to add, tomorrow around this time, I'll be revealing my top 10 for the first time on my channel with, top 10 player of all time, me and Yelmar on Unethical Hoops on my channel. That's thank you for the free ad, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I can hint here with a hot take on one thing. I think Shaq is the third best player of all time. If you want to see the rest of my list, you have to tune up tomorrow. But yeah, Shaq is
you have Shaq as the third.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say who's first or second. That's just
I know what that means.
I-
He hating on someone. I know who that. I know who he.
No, I
hating on.
know. Yeah, I know because Amir is fellow Kobe FC. I do know that.
Yeah, I know who
So-
he's hating on. I know who he's hating on. But
I mean, Kobe's below Shaq, that's for sure. But who else is below Shaq?
I know
Really?
who you're hating on.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
but-
betrayed us.
Yeah,
You have
sound
betrayed us. You
I
have
mean,
betrayed us.
I think Shaq in the top 3 valid. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have him top 3, but I think Shaq in the top 3 valid. Like, you know how
And
good
also,
Shaq-
here is the actual hot take though, and this is something that it's not about the tomorrow's video, but this is something I wanted to talk about in a show like this for a while. KD's longevity. When I look at his career, there is a difference between being great at an old age and at a young age, and having elite longevity. And yes, he does have elite longevity for sure. But when Mars says second all time,
yeah, I'm gonna need
that's
to
where I
know
have
the
a
explanation of
slight
that.
issue. Oh, do you hear me?
I might see where you're coming from. I might be.
Yeah,
I
I might see where you're coming from. I just need to understand. I need more expansion, please.
Yeah, okay. So my point is, so KD's been playing for how many years now?
He's in year 18, I
18.
think. It would be 19, but obviously he missed a full year.
Yeah, but okay, so 18, and he's been great since his second season. And when you're saying it like that, it sounds like he's had 17 elite years, or at least 17 great years. But when you look at the other, like the flip side of it, he's only had 11 All NBA teams, and 2 of them wouldn't qualify for the 65 game rule. So if the 65 game rule existed, he has 9. That's half of his career. Where is the other half? This is a question that I don't think anyone looks at when they look at longevity.
Goodness
And
me.
yeah, I think that's something that we should look at more, because if having a lot of games missed doesn't disqualify the season a lot, like doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter at all, then I guess Shaq as well had elite longevity, because the only knock on Shaq really is that he was missing like 20 games a season throughout his prime.
Yeah, I think Shaq did have elite longevity. I just want to put that out there. So
Of course you
I
do.
know I don't. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. The guy who was elite from day one all the way until 05, 06. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, but I think
To Amir's point, just because 14-15 he plays 27
He
games.
plays 27
right?
games, yeah.
2021 he plays 35.
He does.
21, 22, 55. I guess we'll give him that, right? 22, 23 he plays 47. Yeah. And then the last, 24, 25, 26, 75, 62, 70. So after the rookie season, he has what? As far as like, let's say 60 games played. And
so KD has played
2,
1,100
3,
games.
4,
I don't know what
5,
we're doing
6,
right now. He's
7,
7 games away
8,
from playing
9,
1,200
10.
games. And we're talking about he hasn't played enough.
11,
no, I'm
12,
not saying
13.
he hasn't played enough.
He has 13 years playing 60 games and up, though.
Yeah, that's great, but there are other. I think having more games matters, because we're always nitpicking at this level of the conversation, really. And I think if the argument is longevity, if that's the topic, playing 20 more games than somebody should matter. Like if someone like Karl Malone, and I'm not really a fan of Karl Malone at all, but if he's playing 20 more games than KD in like 5 of the seasons that are like head to head, how much better is KD, or how much better does KD need to be for those 20 games to not matter? And that was the basis for what I was talking to Yalmar about as well, about the amount of games played every season should be part of that season in the longevity discussion. Because I think all-time great players are all close enough to the point if someone played 20 more games, they're just automatically better. Like if that's the third best season from each of them, and one of them played 80 games, the other played 60. If they're both all-time great players, like they're both top 20 players of all time, I think automatically the player who played 80 had a better season. Even if the 60 games were slightly better, I still think that those extra games matter, unless you're just a significantly better player to the point that you're not going to be in the same conversation anyway. But I think when you're talking about all-time greats, they're all close enough to the point that the difference in games played should matter more in in a topic of longevity, and that's what I wanted to say.
I
Well,
get what you're
when you
saying.
explain it, to be fair,
Yeah.
I understand it now. When you said,
Mhm.
being good when you're young and when you're old isn't really any longevity.
No, that's not the
But
Tim Duncan. That's
yeah,
another.
when you explained it, I do. I think for the most part, I agree. Being available for all of these years means a lot. Playing 75 games is obviously better than playing 55 games. My point about the longevity, and I think I spoke about it in that segment, it was more so aided by the fact that he's had the career-altering injuries he's had and is still at a certain level. That is what, to me, bolsters the longevity more so than like the guys who are routinely available and have been for a very long time. Is that none of them, and it's a credit to them for being durable, but none of them have had to come back from career-altering injuries and still be elite. So yeah, KD's missed games because of that, but he's also had to overcome something that none of them had to overcome, which I think is a huge testament to his longevity. He's also played damn near 1,200 games, and 11 All-NBA. So it's going to be 12 this year, by the way. He's for sure going to All-NBA this year. But 11 All-NBA selections.
Well, if Chill's...
Shout out to Chill. The only guys with more All-NBA selections are Jerry West, Dolph Shays, Hakeem, Dirk, Dr. J, Bob Cousy, Shaq, Karl Malone, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Kareem, and LeBron. And he's
Dolph Shays and Bob Cousy before they even invented shoes. They did that, so I guess.
Yeah, before they invented shoes, facts. But he's about to tie with like a bunch of them. He's about to tie with Bob Cousy, Dr. J, Dirk, Hakeem, and Dolph Shays and Jerry West. He's about to tie with all of them and put himself right outside the top 6. And we'll see if he's able to catch up with Shaq and 32 and them. I doubt it. But he's also had way more than 11 All-NBA caliber seasons. He missed All-NBA by 3 games like 2 seasons ago. So it's like, the 65 game rule coming into effect when he's in his mid-30s definitely didn't help him, because that year he played 60. Last year he played 62 games. He was an All-NBA player, man. Like we can.
But he won 2 that were in seasons in which that rule would have prevented him from making it. Like 2 of the years he made it.
The rule shouldn't exist. That's kind of the point. The rule.
I don't think it shouldn't. They have to make up some sort of rule. The rule itself, having an arbitrary number, of course, isn't ideal, because if someone played 66 games and another played 64 games, that's stupid. But I don't think having a rule in it to have some sort of measurement is bad. Like, I think there has to be.
Play in the NBA.
I don't know. I think there has to be
EuroLeague players on the All-NBA team. There's a rule playing the NBA. That's the rule. Playing the NBA and you're eligible.
I have been with you on this. I think there should be some exceptions that can be made. Like, I think Cade should still be able to make an All-NBA team this year.
The moment you start opening shit up for exceptions, things get tricky.
Hey,
I don't think exceptions.
Shit gets tricky. Shit gets tricky sometimes. I don't know. Or I'm also not mad at something else we discussed, like, 55 for second team, 50 to qualify for third. I'm not
50? No, man. 50 is too low. 50 is way too low for anything at all. Like, I don't no. Just make it 60 across the board, and that would be better, I guess. But
I'd rather have 50 games of Shaq than 82 with Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, but I was talking about
Jalen Johnson about to make All-NBA.
He is.
I don't know why it's so difficult to just let the voters decide if they want to value how many games.
Because we don't like them.
If a voter decides that, actually, 50.
Michael Wilbon is going to vote Jaylen Brown for MVP.
Smart. The point
with a 65 game rule, so they still going to be stupid. So, like, who cares? Let them be dumb.
Smart. These podcasts exist because people don't like media voting. Literally.
Yeah, we don't like media voting, but we haven't changed it to where the media aren't still voting for these awards.
No, we're just talking about it. That's the point.
All we've done is open it up now they have they have an actual reason to not vote for clear All-NBA players because they didn't hit the threshold. Like, you are not about to tell me that 62 games of Cade isn't clearing whatever Jalen Johnson plays this year. Like, you're just not about to convince anyone of that. But now Cade is now ineligible when a voter could have just come to the conclusion themselves that, hey, I'd rather have 62 games of Cade than 74 games of Jalen Johnson. Why can't a voter come to that conclusion themselves? How often are 45 people who play 45 games making all NBA teams in 82 game seasons? The only time it happened was like when it was position locked and the big sucked. So yeah, I'll have Shaq over Marcus Camby. We all would. Like, we all would. We're not gonna act like, oh, Shaq didn't play enough games. Be on it. Would you rather have 50 games of Shaq or 79 games of Marcus Camby? Everyone would say Shaq. Everyone. But all of a sudden, Yao Ming or Marcus Camby. Like, Yao Ming or Marcus Camby. Like, we know why the people were able to come to this conclusion themselves. They was like, okay, if LeBron James in his prime played 61 games and X player played 79 games, LeBron provided more value that season.
Even if that player played 97 games, not gonna lie. Like,
exactly. The voters, the fans, everyone understood that. But now we've had to insert this arbitrary line, and now we've got players who are clearly better than other players, missing it by a handful of games, even though everyone would rather have that player for 58 games as opposed to the one who's going to make it for 71. Everyone would rather have that player.
Yeah,
and the ones who wouldn't are still not obligated to vote for him. If you'd rather have Jalen Johnson for 70 games than Cade for 62, you're still well within your right to vote for Jalen Johnson above Cade. You just aren't obligated to. Just free will. I support free will.
And it could also be like a case of the Cobra effect, which is when you do something to create a certain impact, but it ends up doing the opposite. I think that's a case of that because the players ended up probably playing through injuries, and that's why injuries increase. That's probably the reason.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I think players are playing through
there was
injuries.
No 65 games, Joel Embiid doesn't come back in 2024 for sure. He definitely doesn't play that Warriors game, and then we know what that led to. But
so that could be it. But shout out to KD for coming back from torn Achilles, though. I think people don't talk about that enough. They actually now expect guys like Tatum and Haliburton to return well. Let's remind people that KD is the only player in NBA history that came out of that injury looking like anything close to himself. So, yeah. I think people
KD been playing with house money for 7 years, man. His career was meant to be done after that Achilles.
Yeah, that's injuries. People forget what happened.
Everything since then has been a bonus. Everything that Kawhi gives me at this point, that's a bonus. Everything Joel Embiid gives me at this point, it's a bonus. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but KD specifically, because the Achilles have always been a career killer. Like that's something.
Shout out to Dominique for that 1 year and a half. But yeah,
it was 1 year and on low efficiency. But I mean, it was still better than anything else. So
I mean, Dominique was always low efficiency though. It's not like he came back like.
No, but that year was specifically low. But I mean, still like better than anyone else outside of KD.
Exactly, he was the best case since before KD. But yeah. Everything since.
So I'm not gonna take more of people's time. I know some people are waiting. So, yeah. Shout out to this show. I still prefer the name Paul Don't Lie. I don't know why it changed, but yeah.
Hey man, politics is politics, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and come up to my channel tomorrow.
Swerve when they ask you to swerve, man. You know what I'm saying? The swerve when
it's either crash and burn, or we just gonna have to swerve into a different lane for a little bit. You know?
Tune into my channel tomorrow at whatever this time is. I don't know. Time zones suck, but anyway. See y'all later. Goodbye.
All right, Amir. Appreciate you. Oh man!
Yeah, shout out to Clay as well, coming back from a torn ACL and Achilles. Shout out to Clay.
Absolutely. Again, make sure that y'all like the stream, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We have a familiar face. Also, again, if you are backstage, cameras will be pulled up first. Just by the way, and please turn your camera on if you can. Familiar face. How you doing, Mr. Football
Let's see what hate we getting off today.
I know it's some hate we better get.
Let's see what hate we getting off today. Come on.
No, just football. I'm right there with you. Because why? There is a specific team football. I won't name any names. Hold on. Let me get to it. I figured out why I keep freezing on the screen is every time I like use my computer to do something, it freezes. So I'm just gonna have to use my phone. But
what is Luka the GOAT saying? Kick him out. It's nuts.
Nah, he fried you guys.
I ain't
Control your private chat, Roto.
On the private chat, that's crazy.
That's what Luka FC on, Roto? That's what Luka FC on?
Where is he at? Where is this person?
He needs to go. I don't know what that is. That's bad.
Yeah, this would never happen on my channel.
I can't ban him, but I can definitely remove him, I guess.
Anyway, let's not bring down the mood.
Yeah. Hey, football. There's a team. I'll tell you the last 3 games how many points they've given up.
Okay, I'm about to turn off my camera for this segment. I don't know about
129, 135, 123. Guess what team that is?
Are they a mile above sea level?
Yeah.
Do they contain the largest defensive cone liability for an elite center in NBA history?
Absolutely.
Do they include one of the greatest shot makers, toughest shot makers at the point guard position?
Yes.
Does it include a player who spams DHOs and gets fraudulent assists to boost his passing prowess?
Absolutely.
Does it include a player who consistently gets outplayed and is supposed to be one of the greatest offensive players but hasn't been to the conference finals in 2 years?
Yes.
Does it include a guy who needs elite wings to even have decent defensive numbers and who gets defensive rebounds because he doesn't actually have rim deterrence?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like the Denver Nuggets.
Absolutely.
Why is it?
You are right.
That's what he came on saying. Why
you
is
are
it?
absolutely correct. I don't know how you knew that. I really
don't know. It's like we have,
you know that.
They won all of those games, by the way. So
I know.
They're playing mid, bro. Why are you giving up 129 to the Jazz?
They literally
playing their starters
because they had 256 points.
The Jazz literally would have won if they didn't see it. Filipowski. I was like,
what are you doing? Bro?
I'm like, what's going on here? But before we get to Jokic and the boogeyman in the playoffs, who got played by Shea head to head last year. Yeah, they're the MVP race is funny. I know you don't like to hear this real talk, but because Denver does have 2 more matches with San Antonio, and I don't think the Thunder, well, not necessarily. The Thunder actually do have some MVP moment games left because I think they played the Lakers twice, right? So that's an MVP showdown, and then Jokic and Wemby play each other twice more by the end of the season. So depending on how media momentum is going, how the narrative is shifting, depending on the outcomes of those games, things can get very interesting, especially if seeding changes too and the Thunder go down. I still think it should be Shea. To me, he's been the most consistent superstar throughout this season. I mean, Wemby was literally coming off the bench for half the game. So I'm like, it's just like, he's been great offensively. I think something's clicked offensively in the last 2 months, because at the time I came on here and made statements about Wemby being inconsistent offensively. At the time, he was inconsistent offensively. Like, I wasn't lying. Like, he was turning the ball over. His shot variance was off. He was having games where he was scoring there was a stretch where he was scoring 13, low in the 10s points. He's definitely turned the corner. And I think something has clicked, and his defense is obviously potentially best of all time.
I'm glad you got off that take.
Yeah, I got
that. Wemby's defense isn't as impactful as we think. Take one of your worst ones, but
one of my worst takes. But the thing is, I admit when I'm wrong, and I change my opinion based on new information. That's how you're supposed to do. Same shit with your Luka take. You were on him, rightfully so. He was complaining, whining, not getting back on defense, accruing technical fouls, bad shot selections, but he's back to being at that level, and we're allowed to change our opinion. Actually, the people who change their opinion upon new information, to me, represent people who are more honest in debate than those who stick by agendas, even if there's ample evidence to prove otherwise. Jokic, you got 1 more year, 1 more postseason run. I can't wait. This is a huge postseason, because the further and further we get from 2023, the more and more that looks like an outlier, and you're able to farm your production and have an all-time run when Jamal Murray was shooting like peak Steph against, let's say it, flawed teams. I mean, 2 7 seed and the A seed and a 4 seed. Like, yes, he's a champion, but if we're putting things in context, let's be honest about that run relative to other runs. Again, when we talk about Jokic and his prowess and we compare him in the playoffs to other all-time greats, and people always want to shit on Harden. Bro, Jokic hasn't faced a team as good as those Warriors teams. Sorry, and that's who Harden was getting eliminated by a lot of those times. Jokic never had to really play a peak Steph, who to me is someone as an opposing coach. I've always said this.
You played him in 2022.
And what happened?
5 games.
Who won?
The Golden State Warriors.
Oh, okay. And that's a Steph 6 year past his best season. Not 2016.
Let's not forget because of him
came back from injury for that series.
Yeah.
There were 2 Steph Currys out there because of Jokic's drop. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
We were respecting Jordan Poole, W.
Not 2017 Steph. Not 2018 Steph. Not 2019 Harden. Not prime. Like, he can't make it to meet consecutive deep playoff runs. He's getting bounced out by burgeoning superstars in Shea and Ant. Much less, to me, the most skilled era of superstars in a Harden, KD, Westbrook, Braun. That's just me. That's just me. So when people talk about this Jokic is a boogeyman in the playoffs, you need to go through him, get to the conference finals. Your biggest run was based off flawed teams. And it's like whenever you've played, to me, a truly elite or other transcendent great, he's lost. He hasn't like decidedly outplayed them. And that's all I've said is that if his numbers are equal to impact that people like Swiper suggest they do, to me, he would be able to carry and perform better in these like scenarios in the playoffs. I just haven't seen it replicated. That's just me. That's all I've said. And people call me a hater. I'm just like, no, I'm not hating because he's but a lot of it is just PRA. So that's just me, Mars.
Thank you. You know what? I appreciate you, football. You say the stuff I'm no longer allowed to say. You know what I'm saying? You say the harsh truths that people don't want to hear. And I'm 1,000% with you as far as the way that this player gets talked about. He has to do these things that the players he gets compared to did.
That's all I'm saying. Apply the same scrutiny. And this is the issue. And real talk, I know you say this because you're like, this is the thing you have in mind. It's like, oh, when you see someone who's quote unquote threatening LeBron for that all-time player, you always hate on them. No. I want to clarify this. Do I admit that some of that is part of that? Sure. But this is the prevailing truth of why I'm very critical. Because people don't understand the level of scrutiny that prime LeBron used to get. Like, I'm talking about I'm not saying it's even like it was even rational. All I'm saying is that the level of scrutiny that you apply to him, I know for a fact won't be applied to future superstars, and it hasn't. Because the stuff I hear about Jokic of being like, oh, he's the greatest offensive player of all time. LeBron had to be the best scorer, the best passer, be the clutch player for his team, because God forbid Kyrie hit a big shot, because that means LeBron's not clutch, even though you will never guess who is the all-time points per game leader in fourth quarter history. You'll never guess in the regular season. In the playoffs,
a hell of a stat.
You know, it's true though. Okay. You'll never guess who leads
fourth
quarter scoring in the playoffs. It's actually Steph by 0.2. You know who number one is with you know who number two is with a way larger sample size? LeBron James. You'll never guess who has the most buzzer beaters. You'll never guess who's
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. You'll never guess who's outscored in the opposing team in the fourth quarter the most times in their career. Remember when he outscored the Clippers in 2024 with that huge comeback? That stat came up. Of course, LeBron leads that too. And what I'm saying is that all of these standards get applied to Bron, but Jokic can go and shoot one time in the second half of a game 7. He took the greatest offensive player in the greatest offensive season. He took one shot in the second half of a game 7. 1. 9 shots attempted, for someone who averaged
Caruso.
30 in the regular season. And it's just like, oh, he can still be called the greatest offensive player of all time. This is the time. If this was Bron, they would have said he choked. He got scared of the moment. He can be, but when it's Jokic, it's crickets. He also took. Slibo loves to say in that Wolves series where he had like 32 points, whatever. Jokic didn't play bad that game. He played great. He had 32, this and this. Again, he is a 7-footer who took 10 threes. He missed his first 8. The last 2 he hit only came when the Wolves had already came back. He hits one of those first 8 threes, he possibly breaks momentum in the Wolves run, but he didn't. When you put that game into context and just don't look at PRA, he didn't have that great of a game 7 against the Wolves because once they lost. In the previous game, they lost by 50. But he's a boogeyman. And these are only, again, if Bron got blown out by 50 in a playoff game, we would never hear the end of it, and then proceeded to blow a 15-point lead in the game 7 as the favorite and as the quote-unquote best player in the world, we'll never hear the end of it. But it's Jokic, it's crickets. You know why? Because they don't apply the same standard. Because to be LeBron James, the prerequisites are too high. You got to be one of the most athletic players ever. You got to be one of the best passers ever. You got to be one of the best scorers ever. You got to be the most durable player ever. You got to be one of the most clutch players of NBA history. You got to be able to have one of the best floor racers of all time. You got to be one of the most versatile players of all time because he also led the NBA in scoring. He led the NBA in assists while winning a chip, and he did this as being one of the oldest players to win the Finals MVP, and he shot like 59% from 3 and like from the field and 60% from 3 in that 2020 playoff run. He was amazing and immaculate. But I got to hear about Nikola Jokic because he farms DHO assists. All right.
I ain't gonna lie, that Bron guy pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
He's pretty good. He also has the most playoff points by 2,000. He also is the youngest to do a lot of shit. He's also the oldest to do a lot of shit. Again, we're still seeing a washed Westbrook get triple doubles every other game, but I'm supposed to be impressed by Nikola Jokic farming DHOs because he gets the most touches since he's been in the league per game. Interesting.
Hey, man, I don't think anything else needs to be said. We appreciate your time, football. You know what I'm saying? By the way, that will definitely be getting clipped up. We're going to make a Town Hall Who Stream TikTok. That's what we're going to do. You're going to be the first clip. We appreciate you, gang. We appreciate you. Job well done. We need W's in the chat for football, man. W's in the chat. We'll see you later, football. Peace. Hey, man, that brother just cooked the whole meal. And you can come back for seconds and thirds. That's how much he just cooked, Mars. That's how much he just cooked. And you know what? Not enough pressure is applied to you for this foolishness. And I'm gonna keep saying it every time.
You talking to me?
You and Lowe. You and the two Lows. Zach Lowe and Legend of Wemby all of a sudden. When 18 months ago, all we heard was, oh my God, Nikola Jokic, oh my goodness, Chad, the best we've ever seen. Oh my God, 72 shooting. Oh. He did it for one playoff run. One. And you niggas got on stage. He made a whole video calling him the greatest offensive player ever of one run. And like 3 regular seasons. Are we serious? Stop. The propaganda for that young man was absolutely insane. And I'm glad the people have woken up. I've only been here for 2 years, 2.5, 3 years. I've only been here for 2.5, 3 years. But I'm welcoming everyone. Welcome. I'm glad you all have finally arisen. Thank you. The brother had the most amazing PR I've ever seen in my life. And now that's getting replaced by the 7'5" man. But again, another conversation for another day. But thank you, football. Thank you. Now, let's go to the city. How do I pronounce your name?
Lisedi, but I'm not sure. Lisedi, what you said is fine, close enough.
No, I want to make sure I'm respecting you and saying your name correctly. So, Lised, how you doing, man?
I'm all good. How you, gents?
Good. What is it that you wanted to discuss?
I just want to say, hey, this stream here is bringing the feeling back, man. This is taking me back to the open gym days, bro. Those streams are absolutely legendary, bro. So,
and we are very different to Open Gym. We do not want to be affiliated.
Okay,
we are very different.
This is our own show, Town Hall Hoops.
Yeah, shout out Town Hall. But those streams are legendary, though. But I just want to say that this guy actually like kind of nicked my question, because I remember during last year's playoff run, Mars and Lowe had a conversation about Halliburton and how they were saying that the rise of people like Dyson Daniels and Amen Thompson kind of show that this whole positionless thing is not. I think Lowe was saying it is not going to become quite what he thought it was, because he doesn't think people are as good at handling the ball, and people like Dyson kind of exposed that, the amount of like errors that they force. So someone like Halliburton, when he was going to that run, when they were having that thing of just to show that like a pass first point guard or someone whose main role it is just to facilitate the attack and actually like preserve the ball moving that way. And that's what the kind of conversation was earlier. But I just wanted to ask, do you guys see that coming back in fashion, where we've just come out of this era of the highest, score first point guards, where your guards lead the team in scoring? Do you see us maybe going back to like the 90s-ish, where it's just a facilitator type guy to find the other guys?
I wouldn't. There's definitely going to be a player like that on the team. I don't know if it is going to always specifically be the point guard, but there will be somebody that can table set, handle the ball well enough. Now, majority of these players are going to be point guards, by the way. But yeah, I think the value in doing that has definitely come back. And we're seeing it in the league, because there's these like elite scorers, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards to me is another one, to where like everybody's like, oh, Ant needs to be a better on-ball facility. I'm like, I just think he needs a point guard so he can be an off-ball too. Like, that's what I think he should be. And so whether it be the point guard, the small forward position, I wouldn't be surprised if more people start actually using the center position as like a release valve for DHOs. Like, I know that it happens in the league now, but I'm saying even more often so. If your center is good enough, like you can't do that with like Rudy Gobert as much, especially if they like hard hedge or trap you, and now you have to hit Rudy consistently in like a short roll situation. Like, yikes. But that can be used. But yeah, I definitely agree as far as the fact that skill set is still valuable, and that will be mostly coming from the point guard position. Now, are the point guards going to be going back to being 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2"? I don't envision that. I still think that's just probably too small on average. But like a Darius Acuff, to me, is going to bring a lot of value to the NBA. That's why I keep saying, like, to Mars, I think he's a little bit too low on him, although he does see like the offensive potential with him. But that skill set, to be able to pass the ball, run pick and roll that often, be a viable pull-up shooter out of pick and roll as well, and stuff like that, definitely needed in the NBA today. We're saying that.
And I just want to ask, with Wembanyama doing what he's doing, do you think that the next few drafts are gonna like look for a center like that? Do you think the value of a center is gonna shoot up now with what's the counter?
No centers like that. That doesn't exist. They can look. They're not gonna find it. There's no.
I mean, you don't think there could be like in like 5 years the counter to Wembanyama almost? You know what I'm saying?
Caleb Wilson apparently let Real Talk say it.
No. What I said was, because people didn't.
Explain that tweet to me, because I didn't understand what that meant.
People didn't.
I ignored it because I didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah, I didn't know
what I was saying was like, Caleb Wilson is a dog. Like, he not just finna sit there and get bitched by Wemby for 48 minutes like Chet is what I was saying. Not that he's like going to be some Wemby stopper or anything like that. I just think Caleb Wilson is going to give him more bump than Chet. That's all I'm saying. He's going to give him more comp. That's all I'm saying.
I've seen
Wemby's
you reply to
definitely a
someone that
better
you think
player.
he can be a better defender than Chet.
Yeah. Caleb Wilson to me has the highest ceiling in this draft.
Oh wow.
If all things go well. We're talking about a guy that can rim protect, guard on the perimeter. Like this is I'm seeing KG. I don't know what everybody else is saying, but all works out for him. That's who I see for Caleb Wilson.
So would you take him 1?
No, I'm taking AJ 1.
Would you take him 2?
I wouldn't be mad if somebody did.
Would you take him 2?
Probably.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Shout out to Caleb Wilson, man. I don't know if I see that, but I like Caleb Wilson, so we'll see. But thank you for clarifying because that tweet made no sense to me when I read it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that he was. Yeah, I'm just saying he's a dog.
Yeah, but anyway, that's. Oh, quick question, Mars. Who's going to win the Champions League? Who you backing? Just quickly before I go on.
We'll go with Barcelona. Why not? We'll go with Barcelona.
I think Bayern. And I think Barca could be in trouble because Rafinha's going to miss that Atletico tie. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Cheers, gents.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Not having Harry Kane win the Champions League, man. Hell no.
All right, we're gonna go to Chef Deezy because he has his camera on. Shout out to everybody backstage again.
Hey,
if you can,
what's up,
turn your
y'all?
cam on. How you doing?
Hey, chilling. Blessings to both of y'all, man. Been watching the show
Thank you.
for a minute. Been seeing y'all on Player's Choice, man. Y'all be getting a niggas day through for sure. So appreciate it for sure. Couple questions. What you think we got to do to get to the finals, bruh?
Who's your team?
Man, you know, man, that them boys back there behind your wall right there.
You're a
Man. Come
Cleveland
on,
Gold fan.
come on, man.
Okay.
You know,
Well, this is a
bleed that shit.
conversation for you two. I'm gonna just see myself out of this one.
Where's John D? Is John D present? We could add him too.
Oh my goodness, man.
Here's the way. Okay. We play the Rockets in the first round.
Beating them at 5 easily.
Right. Get out of that series. Somehow, some way, avoid OKC.
You want to avoid them niggas, bro? For real?
Yeah, I'm not trying to play OKC.
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to let you finish what you're going to say, and I'm going to let you hear what I got to say. So go ahead.
And then outside of OKC, I'm not going to lie. I ain't ducking nobody else smoke or fade. I'm not ducking San Antonio. I'm not ducking Denver. I want us to play Denver this year. Hey, I am so begging for a Denver matchup this year, man. Them people cannot defend.
Bro, I don't know if you've been seeing it, but for like the last couple months, I've been trying to tell you, man, like Denver is frauds, bro. Like that 23 ring.
Did I? He froze. Wait, Mars, look up. Okay, yeah, okay. It's not me. Refresh or something, gang. You froze. You froze up on us. Refresh.
Oh, thank God, no more Lakers propaganda. Thank God.
No, here you go.
Hey,
back.
Oh God, it's back.
All right, man. So back like I was saying, man. So Denver, them boys gassed up, man. That ring.
Mm-hmm.
And back in 23, like, I don't know why they still living off of that shit. Jamal Murray, he low-key better than Jokic. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, when it come down to that crunch time, like, I'm more worried about him than Jokic, honestly. Like, and, you know, the proof in the pudding, DeAndre Ayton going to the finals with the Suns. Now we got him on our team. There's a common denominator. Them boys both beat the Nuggets, and he was on the court when it happened. So I'm not saying he gonna dog Jokic, but I'm saying he gonna do what he need to do to get past them. And so other than that, they ain't got no one to guard Luka either. So we good on that point. Now, as far as for OKC, so I'm supposed to be scared of Casey Wallace, Jared McCain, Lou Dort shooting open threes when they're a historically bad playoff shooting team as it is already. I feel like
No,
Boston kind
you
of
should
gave
be
the
scared
blueprint a little bit.
of our best players getting clamped. That's what we have to worry about. That's more so what we have to worry
Man, ain't
about than
nobody
anything
locking
else.
77 up on that team, man. I'm not worried about that shit. Nah, but
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like
if I
I'm not
feel
gonna.
like
Okay,
Boston kind of gave a blueprint up a little bit of if you're able to double shade.
Mm-hmm. Gap help them.
Go
I
ahead, go
mean,
ahead.
that is the goal.
No, what were you gonna say?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you're a little behind this, but that's fine.
He's got like a 18-second
Yeah,
delay.
yeah, you're a little, but it's fine. I'm gonna keep talking. Strong gap help off Shea, right, or for Shea, conceding like late contest threes to their players. That is kind of the goal. Again, what my problem is though for the Lakers, we're a heavy pick and roll team, and OKC is one of the best teams in the league guarding pick and roll.
Guarding that.
So it's
That's true.
like,
That's true.
you know what I'm saying? Like it gets tricky. And then I do like the assortment of defenders that can match up, even just like archetype of defender for Luka. Like they don't have outside of Kaysen, all of their wings and guards are like big, physical. You know what I'm saying? And those are the kind that give Luka trouble
Yeah,
more than
no,
anything.
I feel you.
And then on top of that, I mean,
No, I get you.
Casey Wallace can clamp Austin Reaves. So that's.
I feel like Austin's gonna have to get him in foul trouble for sure. Austin's gonna be, I think, the X factor in that series. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Something about this last month and a half, 2 months, like just the team looking a little different. Niggas look a little more bought in. Luka like straight up just took the mantle. Like this, my team. Like he don't seem like he's second guessing out there now. So like we finna live and die with his decisions, and I'm cool with that, honestly. Like you've been saying since 2026, he's statistically been the best player in the league, and I'm rolling with
That is
that.
a fact.
As a fact. What about you, Bars? Why you so quiet, man? What you so quiet over there for, man?
You don't believe in the Lakers.
You guys were discussing how your team gonna get to the finals. This ain't my team, so I'll let you guys have it. What do you want me to say?
Hey, man. Hey, but I feel like your East team is my East team too, though. I fuck with Charlotte. They cold.
They are, yeah, they are. Well, that's why we go into the conference finals.
How far are you? Yeah, I was just about to say, I think there's a legit chance that y'all can, honestly. Boston and Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
No, but
about,
other than that,
making shots. That's it.
That's valid. I respect it. Other than that, I just wanted to tap in, just see what's up with y'all. Appreciate y'all for having me on here, man.
Appreciate you, Chef Deezy. Make sure that you continue to tap in, man. You immediately became one of my faves because you like a nation. So you know what I'm saying. Make sure you keep tapping in every episode.
Wemby is ridiculous. What the hell?
We locked in, gang. Tapping with y'all later.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Salute to that young man. Huh? Salute to that young man. I have not been able to find a way to completely block this person yet because he doesn't type in the chat purposely. So I can't block him.
You can't block you can block him in StreamYard if you click the little 3
Yeah, it says ban, but then it says like require all guests to log in or something like that. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're fried. Yeah. Well, shout out to him. He's just gonna get off where you want to go off.
Yeah. To our next person. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and get to Keem. He's been here a long time. This
Oh
is
my
a
gosh.
crazy profile picture, King. This is
Rainbow and Whimsy. Hold on. I am at the park with my kids right now, so let me know if it's like windy and stuff and like if there's a lot of background noise. See if anything about that. So I don't know how I sound right now. But
Yeah,
there's
it
a car
sounds
that's
fine to
driving by.
me right now.
All right, cool. First things first, I want to shout out Jaylen Brown, man. I've been rocking with my boy Jaylen Brown for a minute, and I remember you was hating on him, saying J-Dub better than him. I remember arguing with you about that. So I just want to shout out my boy.
I do
Jaylen
remember
Brown.
those days.
Yeah, and I always knew he could do this. So I'm happy to see that he's hooping, and he definitely should be first team All NBA since Cade's not gonna be able to make it. So I'm definitely pushing that prop. But the main thing I want to talk about is actually Wemby, because recently I've been having a lot of arguments with some people, because like they're showing me like Wemby and like, oh, his per 75 stats, and I'm like, yeah, per 75 is cool, but like my whole thing with it is that if you like, he plays 29 minutes a game, that's what he's like averaging on the season, and so someone is showing me that, oh yeah, his per 75, he scores like 32 points a game, but like that's cool, but if you're not actually doing it, I'm not really holding that with as much weight. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like your rate of scoring, if he did play all those possessions, he would do it. But he's not actually playing all those possessions. So I'm like, I don't really take that as like something that's super like impressive.
I'm with I get what you're saying. I don't like the concept of especially when it comes to scoring.
Yes,
because
exactly.
either
It was a
we
scoring
do
conversation.
like the per 75 rate thing or the this other person is shooting more shots, and it's like, yeah, part of scoring is wanting to score. Like that's like, yeah, part of scoring is shooting the ball. I don't know why people think you can just score by osmosis, but typically to score more points, probably have to shoot the ball more. That being said, I mean, Wemby's a good enough scorer for the level of defensive player that he is, in my opinion, for him to like be in these kind of talks.
But MVP, I'm low-key kind of getting on the train with you, because I'm like, dog, what are we doing? I feel like we're gassing it too much. Because I was saying you're a Wemby hater, but low-key, I'm kind of seeing where you're coming from, because the shit I've seen the last like few days is blowing me.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Wemby. Like I've enjoyed Wemby. I still think the best regular season performance I've seen this year was him against Dallas. Like,
yeah,
and I get why you could be caught up in the Wemby train, in the Wemby glaze of it all. But let's like every time, I don't know. There seems to be I don't know if Mars is privy to these memes. There seems to be, King. There's a meeting that happens with the basketball community somewhere in black rooms and behind closed doors, and everybody decides, hey, we are collectively now just glazing this one particular player, and everybody has to do it, or you're a hater. Like, I don't know when these meetings are. If you are privy to these Illuminati meetings, please let me know. I would like to be in the group chat. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, apparently, I don't know, it was like 3.5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, there was just a meeting that happened to where we're like, oh yeah, it's all Wemby all the time, full steam ahead. Like, that's just all we're doing. And so now we're here. You know what I'm saying? But again, I do think he's for sure a top 3-4 player this season. He's still not in my top 5 overall ranking, because I have to
oh my God.
Yeah, no, you have to.
No,
I have to see you in the playoffs.
I understand it.
I did this with Shea as well in 23-24. I said it was top 5 in the regular season. I just need to see a playoff series. That's it.
Yeah, Saliti, that's fine.
Mars, what if he goes into the playoffs versus, I don't know, the Suns, and he puts up 13 a game and it's complete trash? Like, you're gonna be like,
he had a bad playoff series.
Bro, come on, man. Like, obviously, I don't think that's gonna happen, because Wemby's he's too good.
You asked me what if Wemby goes in the playoffs and has a bad series. That's what you just asked me.
Yeah, but all these other top 5 guys, we've seen them all in the playoffs go insane and have insane series. And so, they get that type of,
So
they
seen
get
them
that
have bad
credit, they get
series.
that. What top 5 player hasn't had an amazing series? Which one?
Hey, Memphis.
I said he's had an amazing series. What are you talking about? Yeah, they've
But I'm saying we've seen them have bad series too.
Yeah, but they've all had amazing ones. That's my point. They've all had amazing ones.
Well, if Wemby only has one opportunity to do it, that doesn't mean he's incapable of doing it.
Yeah, but you can't be the first or second seed that they get bounced by a 7-8.
Tell that to Tim Duncan.
But I'm with no previous
but nothing
playoff history
to go off of, like no history.
He has no previous playoff history, and so if he goes into the playoffs, underperforms massively in his playoff setting and loses to a far inferior team, I'm not. You're not going to be top 5 to me is something that is earned,
sacred. Yeah, I guess.
I'm not. I don't just be calling everybody a general top 5. I'll give you top 5 this season, whatever the case may be. But like a general top 5 player,
he got to show me better than Giannis.
Wemby was probably in my top 5 last year. So I mean, shit. I guess I don't know.
Who was on your top 5 last year?
Probably. I don't know. I know I had Shea, Jokic, Luka. I probably had because I'm pretty sure I think Wemby was better than Tatum.
What about Giannis?
Yeah.
And Tatum?
So Shea, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and then probably Wemby. So I probably had in top 5 last year.
Interesting.
He just got blood clots. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm higher on Wemby than you guys. You guys just value the playoffs more than me. That's
but I think I like Wemby. It's been getting a little out of hand. Is my only thing.
I agree with the minute stuff though. I agree with that.
Yeah,
that's barely playing. So.
Have you seen that Cade has played more minutes than him? LeBron has played more minutes.
LeBron's played more minutes than Wemby this year.
LeBron?
What?
Yes,
LeBron's played more minutes than Wemby. That's another reason why the games played rule makes no sense. Because if Cade's played more minutes than Wemby, why does it matter? He's only played 62 games.
Yep, that's another.
So shout out to Penn because Penn came up with the idea that it should just be 2,000 minutes, regardless of games played.
Not crazy, not a crazy take.
Which I think that would make more. It's still arbitrary. I still wouldn't like it.
Yeah, but that makes more sense to you.
That makes more sense than just the arbitrary 65 games where you can just limp yourself to the finish line of 20 minutes. Because if Cade's played way more minutes than you, but he's played less games because of injury, I still don't think that means he's providing less value.
Cade has 300 more minutes than Wemby. It's like, come on, but he's not gonna be eligible. Like, are we serious?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
but Wemby's still good. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna win MVP. I think this is more so just people talking.
Yeah, I think.
If the Spurs catch OKC,
if the Spurs get the 1 seed,
he's going to have real action at the MVP.
If the Spurs get the 1 seed, he might win it. But as of now, I think Shea would win it.
I want Luka to beat OKC in these 2 games next week. But I feel like if they do,
if that happens, Wemby's going to win the MVP.
Wemby's going to win MVP. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God.
It must be hard to try and navigate all your agendas and have none of them.
I know, it's actually so.
I mean, I'm not going to be like, hey.
Damn, the Lakers won. Yay. Damn, when we going to win MVP?
Hey, one less MVP for Shea definitely helps one other agenda. So I'm not all the way mad. You know what I'm saying? But, I just think Shea should win the award.
Yeah, Shea's been amazing all year.
He's been the most consistent high-level player.
All year, I don't know, man. He's a little stinky recently. I don't know what's going on with Shea. But
your brother had one bad game.
Hey, terrible game. Wemby would never.
He's had a few actually. He said, I think.
No. Didn't count.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's all. Thank you for having me. I gotta make sure these kids don't kill themselves. So.
All right, Keem.
All right, man. Thank you.
And keep being a good house dad.
House dad. Okay, man. Whatever. It's called being an active father. Come on. All right. Peace out.
Shout out to my boy Keem, man. I'm going to get you up here because I know you've been waiting the longest out of the group that is up here right now. What's up, Metro?
Yo. Oh, Metro. Oh, God.
How you doing, man?
Okay. I'm chilling. I had like 2 questions. One of them was about the East, so we can get into that. Cleveland. How are you feeling about Cleveland?
Go ahead, Mars.
Am I tripping? Hello?
We was having a staring contest about who would answer. I like Cleveland. I think they're the best team in the East. I don't know if I think that.
I'm looking at the same way too, bro. I'm thinking about it.
I
James
think
looked amazing since him.
I don't know. Jarrett Allen just came back. I don't know what Max Strus on. We might need to get him tested because every time I watch the Cavs, since he's
been hooping.
Yeah. Every time I watch him, since he's been back, that man don't miss. So shout out to him. But yeah, fully healthy. I don't know, man. That offense looks like a well-oiled machine. James Harden just fitting in where he gets in. You know what I'm saying? You have that isolation extra size as opposed to Garland. The self-creation that Garland kind of lacked, and then like being an S-tier playmaker, A-tier playmaker, whatever. And then you get Mobley and Allen front court. You get the shooting of Sam Merrill. Keon Ellis is like this disruptive defender. I just like the team. I don't know. I just like the team. My only like concerns really are just like the offensive consistency of the guys they rely on. But from like a talent standpoint plus fit, it's like, yeah, I probably do think this is the best team in the East. But that doesn't mean I don't know if they'll come out, but I'm high on the Cavs.
But their path right now is like, I'm looking at it right now. They play like the Raptors in the first round, and then they played like Detroit in the second round, which I think are
they can beat both those
series for them.
Yeah, they can definitely. Well, I think they should walk past Toronto, no disrespect. And then Detroit.
If it's Atlanta, how do you feel about that series? Because Atlanta is probably going to take over the Raptors.
I'm going to be entirely honest because I don't like speaking on things I don't know. I've barely watched the Hawks, even on this streak they've been on. So I can't tell you what they're doing.
Yeah, that's why I made it a point to like watch that Celtic game yesterday because they played the Hawks, and then it kind of reaffirmed what I already assumed. Like, oh, they played a good team, they lost. But shout out to the Hawks.
Yeah, I can't tell you what they're doing or whatever, so I can't speak on that.
How you feel about the Cavs though? Real talk. I know you got reservations.
Yeah, my reservations, of course, starting with the front court, specifically Jared Allen. I got to see him match certain physicality come playoff time. And also, although James Harden is like a bigger body than Darius Garland, it's still not a good defensive backcourt either. That's kind of like a reservation of mine. I do like Tyson, though. Tyson's a good defender. The biggest bright spots for me for them, though, are Tyson, Keon Ellis, and acquiring Dennis Schroeder. Like, if they do make the run, that I'm not like completely ruling them out either, because I do think they have a great offense and everything. But they're going to need those 3 players specifically to be like really good in their role. Yeah. They're going to need those 3 players to be really good. And if they are, then I can see them doing something alongside Jared Allen and Evan Mobley showing up consistently with their energy and effort and physicality. But I get it. To me, the East, and I keep saying this, like, I'm not mad at any of those teams that you have coming out the East for real. Like, I can see a pathway for all, like, Boston, Detroit, Philly, Cleveland, the Knicks. Those are the 4 for me. I'm sorry, I'm not saying Philadelphia. Shout out to
you have no reason to not say Philadelphia. You just
if I were to rank those 4, I would have. I'm sticking with the Knicks, Boston, Cavs, Detroit. I do think Detroit is the worst of the 4. But I'm not mad at the Cavs. Like, I'm not offering too much pushback. That's not my choice.
That James Harden Finals MVP gonna hit, man. He gonna be there. We know what convos we opening up.
I'm so sure, brother. I'm so sure. How do y'all think they guard on like the perimeter though? Like
a lot of funneling.
Depending on a lot of funneling.
That's really a lot. Of
I mean,
funneling.
their defense has like statistically has been like very mid this season. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think that's mostly Mobley and Jared Allen just like flipping being hurt all the time. But I think you play Keon. I think Keon can be a capable POA defender, and like hopefully just James isn't like detrimental defensively. So
he can provide value in certain situations. You just I want to see them actually play with like the big four. They haven't been available that much. So hopefully between now and the end of the season, they can develop that continuity of all four of them out there. And we'll see how the defense looks. Because for me, the offense isn't really a question if they're healthy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's just gonna be can they guard opposing teams? I think compared to what they had before, I think Harden and Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder with like Dean Wade, Max Strus being back, Mobley, Allen, like they have enough. They have enough personnel, I think, to be viable on that end.
I think they're a better defense for sure without Garland, though. I think that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. In my opinion, should have just kept.
And then the last thing I wanted to ask. Oh my god. Last thing I wanted to ask. Illinois is playing tonight. How do you guys feel about Keaton Wagley as a prospect? Because I think he's like probably my favorite point guard in this draft. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's weird to me. I think in terms of his skill set, I don't think there's much he lacks in terms of like his poise and pick and roll, the pull-up shooting, real NBA range. But my concerns are just like
handle.
Yeah, he's big for a guard, but he doesn't play 6'6". Like, and his athleticism is like egregiously bad.
He's like the worst 6'6" athlete I've ever seen, by the way. I'm just going to you. He has
like most of his isolation scoring is going to come from switches. So he's got like that Halliburton part of him where it's like he's not really going to beat guys his size off the dribble.
Is he D'Lo?
A bit like D'Lo.
It's kind of D'Lo. D'Lo was a better athlete than him, if that kind of illustrates the picture.
Yeah, he's a terrible athlete.
It's bad. He's one of the worst athletes I've ever seen. Like the only thing he really has going for him from an athletic standpoint is the fact that he's 6'6", but he doesn't play 6'6", so it's like, I guess. But so yeah, the athleticism is a concern, but his skill set and like his feel for the game is so high that I do think he has like a role in the league. It's just, do I view him with like the same upside as some of the other guards? I don't know. The more I watch, well, now their season's over, but the more I watch like Kingston Flemings, the lower I get on him. So I don't know. Like every point guard has like their holes. The one point guard I need to watch more of is Phylon. I need to watch more of him.
He was so good last night.
Yeah, I need to watch more of him. I'll see what's going on. But
how do you feel about Mikhail?
I do have my question marks. He's another, like, he's weird because I think he's a better shooter than the numbers suggest he is. Like this season,
he takes some like horrible shots.
Yeah, the numbers have been bad for him as a shooter, but I think he is a better shooter. And I like watching him at Team USA in the summer, like when it was him and AJ and them, and he got robbed of MVP. Like he can really shoot the ball, and he's got like the ability to get downhill, get 2 feet in the paint, create. So like if everything works out for him with like the 3-point shooting alongside like the paint touches, I do see an avenue with positional size because he's at 6'4", maybe.
Yeah, right there.
I can see the avenue for him to be successful, but like it's also tough with like how inefficient he's been. Also, he was hurt for like the end of the season.
The injury concerns are real, but
it's a back.
I think his passing, like, his passing talent, I think is way more than his usage test. Like I see some of like the passes he makes, the laydowns, the kickouts. Like I think his ceiling is really high if he can stay healthy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But Kingston, I mean, Kingston, it's so weird because I don't know if he's gonna be able to have that shot diet in the league. I'm not gonna lie to you. The pull up.
He's also definitely not 6'4", by the way. I just want to make sure he's not.
Flemings, he's not 6'4".
There's no way. So that's also
Flemings.
He's not. He's like 6'2", and like he's a lot smaller, which is shaky. So yeah,
he's one of those like athletes to where like you would think he would be using his athleticism. It reminds me like of Jalen Green, kind of, where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you are athletic, but I don't think you're like using your athleticism to the best of
Functional athleticism.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, why is every shot tough when you're that quick, that fast?
He reminds me of De'Aaron, where he just settles for like mid-range jump shots, like even though he's like the quickest thing on the court, probably. If that makes sense.
No, he's weird. I just don't know if I see the avenue for him to be an efficient scorer in the NBA.
Yeah.
So like, even though I do like his passing and like the ability to get to the paint, I just don't know if I think he can score efficiently in the NBA. And I don't know if I value like the fact that he can be a decent defender over the guys who I view with like way higher offensive upside. So all the point guards have questions to me. Like it's just going to be down to like which ones are you willing to bet on working themselves out or whatever. Yeah, but I don't think I have Kingston in my top 5 anymore. So I don't know if that means I have Darius in
top 5 point guard, the top 5 in the draft overall.
Top 5 in the draft. So he's a top 5 point guard from what I know. Like you had him,
probably
Phylon, Mikal Brown, Darius, and who am I forgetting?
If you would rank them as of now, who would you take?
I'm gonna leave Phylon out of it because once again I haven't seen enough for me to have a concrete opinion. Probably Darius, Kingston, Mikal Brown, Kean Wagler. That would probably be my order of before.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm a little higher on Wagner than you guys are, but time will tell.
Yes, sir. Appreciate your Metro. Thank you for the way. I know it's a tad bit of a wait, but thank you for pulling up and giving us some.
How many people we got left to Realistic Talks? How many people?
We have 1, 2, 3, 5 people left. 5 people left.
3 hours on the first day back.
No, we're not. No, we're not going to hit 3. We're not going to hit 3. We're not going to hit 3. Again, make sure that you like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, set that notification bell on so you know we're live and we'll drop another video. Also remember that we will be doing these on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central and Wednesdays at what time, Mars? That's your channel, so that's your business.
I don't know. 4 Eastern, maybe? What is that, 5 Central?
Yeah, that's too late.
This is why I said I don't know.
Wait. No. That'd be 3 Central. That's 3 Central. So yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
All right, cool. 3 Central?
Yeah.
3
4
Central
Eastern, 3 Central on Wednesdays. And again, that will be on Mars' channel. So make sure that y'all look out for that as well. I'm going to bring up our next guest. What's up, Christian?
Yo, what's going on, my guy?
What's up with you, man? What's up?
Hey, man. You know, I'm a Pistons fan, so like considering the circumstances that we're in, is there a realistic chance we can get to the finals even in the first round if Cade doesn't play? Because I think Dennis is actually really fucking good.
Who would y'all play in the first round if we were to start?
Right now,
it says it would.
Oh
yeah,
no,
it
you're
would
not
be,
beating. You're not beating Charlotte with no Cade. Yeah, no, that's not.
I think big for big matchup, we might have that. I feel like Jalen Durant will do a good enough job to cover.
And Mars is a big Musa. He's a Musa guy. So you're coming for his guy.
We seen Musa swinging on Jalen Durant. He don't want that smoke. That's what we seen. Yeah, he don't want that smoke.
I'm not gonna lie, Christian. Y'all not beating Charlotte with no Cade. Yeah, that's not.
You might not beat Charlotte with Cade. Shit.
What? Oh, now you tweet. Now you tweet.
You might not be on with Cade. That ain't no guarantee.
Yeah,
you don't want to see Charlotte. You don't want to see Charlotte. You want to see Orlando or Miami. That's who you want to see. You don't want to see Charlotte. That's not who you want to see. You want to hope Toronto drop down.
No,
you want to see Toronto. That's what you want to see.
No, we don't want to see. We might end up playing The 76ers too.
Bye-bye. Go home. Bye-bye.
You think that we can't beat the 76ers?
Bye-bye.
Oh, you're tweaked.
A healthy Philly?
They're not healthy.
Like
Maxi's questionable for today. Maxi gonna be back in the next week. Joel back now. Paul George back. They not healthy? Kelly Oubre coming back soon. They not healthy? They gonna be healthy. Inshallah. They'll be healthy.
I genuinely think that we could beat anybody in that 7 through 10 range, especially if it's one of the Florida teams.
I just don't think you will, but you can. Now you got a chance.
And then after that, if the Knicks get down to the 4 seed, I think that we can beat them too.
Y'all have been giving belt to the Knicks all year.
Yeah. I think you can beat the Knicks.
But again, I am just so low on Detroit as a playoff team. I just really am. And it's because of you all's offense. I just don't.
Yeah, that's why I said that first round. I hope that it's not too serious with Cade, because if we can't get out the first round and the second round, depending on who we play, I think that we'll still fare well. Because Dennis is actually, I believe that Dennis going into this playoffs is going to end up being better than Dennis Schroeder was for us last year, even though it was a small sample size. I think that offensively, Dennis definitely provides something that Schroeder didn't. Like, he's way more aggressive, and I believe that he's a better playmaker, in my opinion. So I believe that we can make it past the first round without Cade. It just depends on the matchup for sure.
I think y'all could possibly do that, just not against Charlotte. That's what I'm saying.
Or Philly.
Y'all, or them. If it's like, who else is in the rest of the play-in?
Orlando.
And y'all could get Miami with no Cade. Miami's trash. Orlando's not that good either. Y'all might could get one of them two teams with no Cade. But Charlotte, y'all aren't going to score enough points. I don't care how great a defense y'all play, y'all aren't going to score enough points to beat Charlotte, especially without Cade. It's just I don't see that happening.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shit,
I just know
if Franz come back for Orlando,
maybe I just put too much stock into Dennis, but every time I seen Dennis play without Cade being on the floor, he just rose to the occasion. Like, it's been multiple times throughout the season that's happened at this point. Like, that's why I'm like, I feel like he should be able to pull it off, especially in the first round, but I'm not sure. Because, it's a different environment.
Blitzes and traps.
That's all I'm saying. It's a different environment, so I don't know how he will fare. Now, if he comes out...
Skyrim reports go crazy in the playoffs from what I've heard.
If he comes out dropping 22 and 7, hey, man, I don't know.
Take him 24 shots to get there. I mean,
Nah. Dennis is pretty efficient. He's been pretty efficient when he's a starter, so I don't know.
He pretty efficient in regular season coverages.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think that we, like, realistically, if everything pans out in the perfect world, I think that without Cade in the first round, I think that we could make it to the finals. No troll shit.
Y'all need not only do y'all need Cade, y'all need Cade to be performing at a very high level. Because essentially he's got the comp gets made often, but like, he's gonna have to Luka your squad offensively. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna be that level of volume scorer, that level of passer playmaker, in my opinion, for y'all to even be like a viable enough offensive unit. Y'all have like one shooter. Like, this
not
is
lying. You are not lying.
This is 04 hoops. I don't understand.
It is bad boy Pistons, man. It's bad boy Pistons. We back, man.
Yeah. So I hear you. Again, if it's no Cade, I think y'all could beat Orlando and Miami in the first round. But no Cade, not beating Charlotte, not beating Philly.
They're gonna send Charlotte home in 5 games. You better be humble.
And if that happens, I'll say I was wrong.
If Big Dennis come out like that,
yeah,
hey, we good. K.
Yes, sir.
You could take a couple more games.
Yeah,
off.
rest K to the conference finals. You guys can make it.
By the time that if he ever came back, like if we went through 2 rounds without Dennis, by the time that we come back to the conference finals, he's not gonna be like Cade is not gonna be conditioned enough to like play like that.
Yeah, then just bring him off the bench.
Ooh, that would. Yeah, that would. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, see, now we talking. That
would work. I'm not gonna lie.
Easy peasy.
We might. Hey. Now, depending on who come out the West.
See, now you're going bridges too far. Yeah. Now you're going bridges too far. But we'll see.
Hey, one step at a time. One step at a time. Now
we'll
I know
that once you get there, shit. If it's Phoenix, say, oh, hey. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, if Phoenix knock out the Lakers and or Spurs and or Thunder, yeah, nah, we can't have the NBA won't allow that. A Phoenix Detroit finals, nah, they're not gonna allow.
That's good hoops.
It's good hoops, but the NBA won't allow.
You know who's the better player?
It's good hoops. It's good hoops.
Jalen Green Cade rivalry in the finals.
That's not a rivalry.
There's no rivalry.
It's not a rivalry.
I did want Devin Booker.
Stay on that side.
Never been a rivalry.
I did want Devin Booker.
Never.
On the Pistons.
So it wasn't a rivalry in high school. It wasn't a rivalry in high school.
Oh, maybe in high school.
Shut up. Don't say never.
In high school, sure. I'm talking about the league, brother.
It wasn't a rivalry in summer league.
The league. The league.
The summer league is what?
Only play like 2 games.
NBA
Summer League.
NBA Summer League, right?
The Summer League.
NBA Summer League, right?
I'm talking about NBA regular season games.
It was a rivalry.
Cade clears.
Remember when Jalen Green dunked on him last year?
I do remember that.
I remember that.
Oh.
That's when I was a Jalen Green fan.
Yeah. Stay on that side.
Now, question.
Oh, I will. I'm comfortable.
I was suspecting. I thought that Devin Booker was going to get traded to the Pistons. If we had a caliber player like that, would y'all depending on who we trade, of course, alongside Cade, would y'all think that would be more of a
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll probably have you in the favorites. Probably.
I wanted y'all to make a move at the trade deadline bad.
I thought we was going to trade Jaden Ivey for him, to be honest. Jaden Ivey and like salary filler and some picks.
I don't know if Phoenix would have. Yeah, I don't know if that would have got you D-Book, but I at least I wanted y'all to see what MPJ was talking about. I wanted y'all to see what Laurie was talking about, like some kind of secondary scoring, man. Even a Trey Murphy, like somebody, bro. Yeah,
I love Tobias Harris, but we gotta dump him off somewhere else, bro. We gotta dump him off somewhere else. Dump him off with a couple of picks. It's okay, bro. It's okay. He helped build us back up, but it's time. You know, sometimes you gotta move on from another relationship to build a better one.
Absolutely.
No way that Wemby block was clean. What the
absolutely. Hell? But Christian did he hit you?
Nah, he ain't hit me.
He hit you. All right. I'm gonna check in with you. I'm gonna check in with him. Because he said bet when I sent you I sent him your number and everything. So.
Yeah, for sure. Hey Mars, if you ever want to work on any solo content, hey, hit up Real Talk.
Yeah, get at him.
Yeah.
Mars is being gay right now. All right, Christian. We'll talk to you later, man. Right, appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Cam on first. So
let's go. I'm finally on here. How's it going, gentlemen? Mars.
What's up, Frank?
It's going good, guys. It's going good. It's going great. You know. How are you guys doing?
How's your Saturday been so far, man?
Saturday so far has been great. I went to the gym, and then I woke up. Is that actually true though, Mars? Or
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. No, Mars, I gotta say, dude, I really respect your ball knowledge. You're a very highly intellectual ball knower.
I am, yes. Thank you.
I think you're the top one on PC. I actually do. But when it comes to the gym, that's my avenue.
Oh, okay, my fault. I'll defer.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, Yeah, I wanted to come up here to just talk hoops, you know? In terms of the Lakers, you know, I'm still standing on it. I'm still standing on it. And this is who I am. You know, I've been doing it all year long. Austin Reaves will not be that guy. I told you a long time ago, real talk. I told you a long time ago that Austin Reaves cannot be the number 2 option on a championship basketball team. And LeBron James is not going to allow it. He said, I'm still here, right? He's going to be that number 2 option. Austin Reaves.
Why can't the Lakers be good enough if LeBron's going to be the number 2 option?
Because Austin Reaves and LeBron are going through power struggles. It's like a couple, bro. You're going through power struggles. One person wants the ball. The other person wants the ball, right? Mm-hmm. Someone's got to go to the bench. And I've been on this side the whole year. Austin to the bench. I've been saying it. You put Austin Reaves on that bench as a 6-man in charge of that unit, bro, great things could happen. But we're kind of late now into the season, so I don't think JJ will do that.
What did you want to start in? Like, who's taking his place in the starting lineup?
Simple. It is easy. Luke Kennard. Simple. Yeah. Simple. When my king, right, is the point guard. Sorry, Mars, that threw you off. I know. When LeBron James.
Did you say LeBron would be the point guard in the starting lineup with Luka Doncic?
Okay, you can have 2 point guards. Like, sorry if that threw you off.
What happened to your white backcourt theory?
Well, here's the thing. Yes, but this
is things I forgot. Okay, I ain't forget that shit.
Wait. Mars, stay with me. So what I'm saying is that you can still have a white backcourt, but you have to have one who's comfortable just sitting in the corner, kind of like Swiper does, and just not doing anything, right? Kind of like that. You just sit in the corner and you spot up and you shoot, right? That's what I'm trying to say here, Mars. Okay? So you put Luke Kennard in that corner, spaced out the 4 with Luka Doncic and LeBron, throw them touchdown passes. It's Splash City. This is what we need. This is what the Lakers need. You put Austin on the bench. He's more of the playmaking type. So he'll get real talk involved. He'll get Mars involved. He'll find you all your shots, right? But that's what we have Luka and LeBron for. So why do we need him for that? So we don't. He's the odd man out. He's the odd man out. Put him in the corner like freaking Ron does on PC. Perfect. You just put him in the corner and you say, please knock down the shot, you know? And that's it. It's perfect. It's genius, right? So you guys don't have to agree with me. I just know that I'm going to be right. Okay, I know it. No, it's not. You think it's funny? It's not. It's funny because how I said it, but it's the reality of the situation here. Is that the Lakers will go nowhere unless this happens. They're gonna go nowhere. Okay, OKC will take their lunch. Victor gonna take their lunch, right? Minnesota clearly is gonna take their lunch. Okay, yeah. So. The Lakers are, I mean, to me, it's clear. To real talk, it's not clear, and that's fine.
People is clear.
Yeah, so even if it's not clear to them, it doesn't matter because I know what's going to happen, right? So I'm just speaking about me. I know what's good, all right? So this is the thing. Everybody's going to find out. I'll lower the octave now, all right? Because I got it off, right? So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And when it does, I'm going to say, in that PC chat, I told you so. That's all I'm saying. And that Swiper guy does not know ball. That's it. He doesn't know ball. I know more ball.
Swiper with a hard R. I heard that.
No. See, Mars, don't.
Stop.
No, because because Swiper would beat my ass. That's a big dude, but I just can't stand him, bro. Like he's pissed. Like he annoys me, dude. He annoys me. Like he thinks he knows ball. He doesn't. And that football guy. Dude, I like him because he said the truth. He said the truth about what's good. And I feel like a lot of people in the community think like him. It's not that I don't like Swiper. I just feel like he's a political figure. And I hate political figures in basketball. That's it. I don't want to talk politics in basketball. Sorry if that's where I stand. Right? So that's it.
You want your basketball analyst to shut up and talk.
Talk about the hoops. That's why I like Mars. This is why I like Mars the best because he's just trying to get this off And then Ron knows hoops too. So I can't get mad at Ron because Ron knows hoops.
Facts, yeah.
But he does all of this stuff like blah, 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 blah. And then it throws off the whole show. And then guys like Mars, they can't cook. And then they get put in a corner by Chill because Chill's like, you see, Mars, I'm going to go back to this on this day. And then Chill's on Mars's nuts. And it's like, no, it should be Chill on Swiper's nuts. But he's always quick to defend fucking Swiper. Yeah, see? He's always quick to defend Swiper.
I do be keeping that too, though.
Right? That's all I'm saying.
Wrong.
I see it. So I see these things because I got the third eye, as people call it. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's it. I just want to say I love you guys. I love Real Talk and Mars. I hope you guys are both at PC weekend. I'll be there. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, in Portland?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to show
Hey,
up.
we've confirmed we'll have at least one person in attendance.
Hey!
Yay.
I'm showing up. I'm for sure showing up. And yeah, I'm excited, bro. So I can't wait to meet you guys. Yeah. So that's it. So.
All right, Frank. Appreciate you coming up here, man.
I'll
see you soon, bud. See you soon,
in a
man.
couple weeks. Yeah.
Didn't you call Real Talk a scammer, Frank? He did. But that was once upon a time, and we've let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm saying? We've let bygones be bygones, you know? That typically is what happens, though, when it comes to me. If you call yourself a Real Talk hater, the more you interact with me, I mean, how could you not love me? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We're going to go to my boy Eli. He's been in and out the back. Huh?
Okay, I hear you now. There you go.
Okay.
I can't hear Real Talk though.
How you doing?
Oh, he can't hear you.
Yeah, that's just me. That's on my side. But where I want to start. Shout out to Mars. Started watching basketball 2017, just like me. Shout out to you. Still can't hear Real Talk. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna come out and come back in.
Okay.
You think he being let back in? That's crazy.
He
we
is,
on
he
time
is,
constraint. Hell no.
Yeah, he's already back.
Oh my god! How these people get back so quick?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
All, yeah, I can hear you perfect. Shout out to New York too. Last dude was yapping. Y'all let him go on way too long. He started getting weird. I ain't gonna lie, but what I want to say is I think it's nasty how you got guys like Stephen A. Smith on air, national television, saying Jaylen Brown should be MVP because a random Tuesday night, he did this against, I guess, Shea. You know, he didn't outplay Shea the last game. You know, he did his thing. But I think because of whatever he had going on, you know, with Jaylen Brown, whatever back and forth they had, he's now overcompensating. And now he has to give Jaylen Brown all this extra credit. And I just don't see Jaylen Brown on the same level as a Nikola Jokic or Luka or Shea. I don't think he's in those conversations. He had a good season, but I don't think he should be put in those conversations because guys like Stephen A. want to get up there and say, oh, yeah, he deserves to be in the conversation. And now that starts a snowball effect of where other people are looking at it because they value Stephen A.'s opinion. And now you got other voters maybe looking at like, yeah, Jaylen Brown should be in it. And then now it's happening with Wemby. And I think Wemby has way more of an argument to be MVP over Shea than Jaylen Brown does, which I think Shea should be the MVP. I'm saying a guy like Wemby has much more of an argument than Jaylen Brown. I don't see how he should be MVP. I really don't. And then also, damn, lost my train of thought. Damn.
I mean, let's put like our personal grievances or feelings aside because I do agree Jaylen Brown shouldn't be the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's crazy.
No, but I'm saying like, we do see like the argument, like 4 of the 5 starters last year aren't on the team. Jason Tatum not on the team, or at least not playing majority of the season, and Boston like over what you call what am I looking for? Overachieves, right? Exceed expectations to a tremendous amount. Like his narrative is very good for the award.
Jaylen Brown 20 years ago might have fucked around and won the award.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like He's averaging like 30.
He's in an era where we have
too.
advanced stats, so it's kind of crying.
Like,
but before on-offs and EPM and LeBron and all that stuff,
I'm not gonna lie. I may have been saying he was in.
Yeah, this team, when people projected them to be out the playoffs, out the play-in, and they end up being a 2 seed. Yeah, he might have won that like 20 years ago. Like that's how Steve Nash won. Because when Amari went down, they still managed to win 54 games. So it's like, oh, Steve Nash, let's give him the MVP again. That's basically what Jaylen Brown's doing. Except like obviously Steve Nash was bad, but like beside the point. Like he might have won it 20 years ago. So the Jaylen Brown haters.
And then also I wanted to address something that Real Talk you said about the Thunder. Look, the Thunder, I think the shooting variance is gonna be an issue for them. I mean, you got guys like Case and Wiles, great defender, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, we know what he is. Look, if those guys not hitting shots, it's just gonna be hard for them to have the dominant run that you speak of. And a lot of that shit happened last year. And adding Jared McCain, yeah, I hope that's enough. But I'm not, my mindset is like, okay, you add Jared McCain. I don't think that completely fixes it. I don't think it's as, because it's one guy. I don't think it's as impactful as we may think it would be. It's one guy. Just like when you added KD to the Rockets, it didn't fix their shooting issues. It didn't. And a lot of people thought it would. And they're probably arguably worse as a shooter team than they were last year, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, for the Rocket example, like Fred VanVleet, their other viable shooter, isn't playing this year.
Yeah.
And also the difference to me in that is that like Shea is the ball handler. So giving him an off-ball spacer is different than like Kevin Durant being the one with the ball and he's the spacer as well. Like he's not being used as a spacer because he has the ball. But it's not just Jared McCain. For me, it's Jared McCain, Jalen Williams, not J-Dub, but like the backup center, and Isaiah Joe. Like Isaiah Joe's had a really good year this year as well. And so to me, if they're able to keep an assortment of those three players on the court for a lot of the Shea minutes, then I do think that alleviates some of the shooting concerns because to me they are knockdown shooters, or at least they have been this season. I do agree that the other players can have some shooting variance, but it's also the reason why I'm so confident for OKC is because the other thing that they were lacking was like outside of Shea, who can be like a real second side creator, ball handler, driver of the ball. And J-Dub sometimes is good at that, sometimes he's not. But it's the addition of AJ Mitchell to this team in a playoff setting as well. I just think like they have answers for every question that you have for them, at least previously. Like I think they've solved some of their shooting woes. I'm not saying that that won't bite them in some games. It can for sure. But shooting and additional ball handling, they've added that to last year's roster. So I just think they should be pretty dominant this year and a play. And then on top of that, I just think the Western Conference teams are flawed. Way more than OKC.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I definitely could agree with that. And one more thing before I go. San Antonio is doing great things. Wemby doing great things. If I'm not mistaken, will he not also, if he does win MVP, he'll be the youngest. But if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, will he not also be the youngest Defensive Player of the Year?
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah,
that's a Mars. Yeah, that's a Mars thing. Yeah.
Wemby's 22. Mobley won it at 23. Jaren Jackson won it at 23. They seem to be the youngest. Dwight was 23. So yeah, 22 does appear to be the youngest.
Yeah.
Why?
So here's what I wanted to say. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Wemby's been playing kind of on the minutes restriction. And we're talking about all these things that we haven't seen yet in the playoffs. And I will hope that he's able to, the translation is there. But he hasn't played these big minutes in playoff physicality. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his durability looks like under those type of minutes with that type of intensity. And I think that's something that we should be, keeping our magnifying glass on. because he's been playing 29 minutes a game, something like that. He was coming off the bench for a little stint. I think that's very important. Now, if I'm overrating that, y'all let me know.
No, I think that's valid.
No, it's because Giannis.
We heard Ant dealt with those struggles as well. Ant's when we went to the conference finals.
Yeah,
he wasn't prepared for like the endurance required to go that far. Giannis is routinely struggles with scaling up his minutes in the playoffs. So yeah, I do think that's something that Wemby could struggle with. That would probably be one of my bigger concerns.
And then it's like also long term, like something that, and I hate to be this type of guy, you know, a negative Nancy, but like with this guy, how tall he is, how big his feet is, things like this, like he has to cover a lot of ground and he puts in a lot of effort on the defensive end. That we see guys like Kawhi, people just think, oh, it was him dunking the ball when he was in his prime and landing. No, it wasn't just that. It's that he was really committing on the defensive end. That shit takes a toll on you over time. And Wemby is not Kawhi's height. He's much taller than that. And we know what comes with being that height. So I just think those are things that I'm looking at. Maybe I'm being negative. I don't know. But he's a phenomenal player. And I hope, you know, what I'm saying is wrong. You know.
No,
I do hope he stays healthy. Yeah, I definitely hope he stays healthy. And so is an injury risk when you're 7'28".
Yeah.
It's just that's life.
Yeah. But that's all I got though, fellas. Thank you for having me up, man. Hope to be up
Oh,
again.
real quick, are you a Knicks fan?
I support the Knicks. I'm gonna just say that. I support the Knicks. Okay. They're a hard watch most nights. I hate teams with so much talent and then they're losing. They just lost to the Pacers the other day where there was no Pascal Siakam, no Zubac. It was just Andrew Nemhart out there. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. They're a hard watch most nights. I can't put myself through that stress.
But you rooting for them like in the East, you'll be rooting for them?
Yeah, I'll be rooting for them. I'm a Brooklyn guy though, you know, even though we trash, you know, I'm rooting for them too, you know. You know, but it is what it is.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Appreciate you coming up here. Make sure you stay tapped in, man. As far as the people asking for the link, yeah, we're not gonna be here 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So y'all
get 2.5 already. I mean, shit.
Well, it's your decision then. Do you want?
But hell not. You got 15 minutes, real talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. You got
right
15 minutes.
Okay. So catch us Wednesday. That'll be the next episode over there on Mars Talks Sports. He needs to change the Mars Talks Hoops. He doesn't talk sports. He just talks about.
Hey, you ain't seen me on Twitter. I've been talking about other sports. I don't know.
You've been trying to get into your soccer bag. I've been seeing you trying to get into your soccer bag.
That's another sport. Exactly. I trolled an NFL player like 6 months ago. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so lock in, yeah.
Oh, Delsky, you on the screen.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, okay, what's up? Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Real talk. I got smoke for you. Brother, where does the Wemby hate come from? What do you mean he has to go on a playoff run to be top 5? He's top 5. Use your eyes. You talk about secret meeting that, the meeting was use your eyes FC. Use your eyes. He's a top 5 player. Just look at the skill for skill, what he's impacting the game. You don't need to see a playoff run. He's top 5. Even if he has a bad playoff series and gets bounced out first round, he's still top 5. You can't name 5 people better than him. You could barely name 3, if we're being honest. So what is this? I don't know. Is this like secret Luka protection or some shit that you're doing right now?
No, I've required.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
I've required this, and see, this is what I've also learned. A lot
of
NBA fans are $2 hoes, and then they don't understand what it is when somebody makes somebody wait for the 90-day rule, or at least take them on at least 5 dates before
to be top 5
before you giving up the goodies. Y'all niggas, you know, all the nigga got to do is buy you a teddy bear and some candy, and you niggas giving it up. So look, all I'm saying is, can the man have a playoff series, and then I'm fine. But yes, in my opinion, you need to
be
have
top 5.
Yes, you keep asking the same question. Yes, to be a top 5 player in general in the sport, you need some kind of playoff success,
so
which I'm assuming that he will have.
That if he sees the Portland Trailblazers in round 1 and gives them 30, you're gonna be like, oh, I've seen enough now. Like, really?
No. Yeah.
Salute you.
Something
that makes zero sense.
Because guess what? We saw SJ against the Pelicans. He was mid. We saw SJ against Memphis. He was mid. Now, of course, his team is good enough, just like I will assume.
So if they lose, now SJ is not a top 5 player because he had a bad series.
But he's not going to lose. They're too high of a seed to lose. So then you advance.
That's not because of Shea.
I know, but I'm saying you get another chance. So then he advances. He gets to the
Mavericks. Oh, the premise is false.
He plays well, and then boom, he's stamped for me. Wemby, yeah, the first series, I'm not going to lie. Nasty if it's a trouble.
Okay, so he has to play well against in the second round and beyond is what he has to do.
Yeah, then I'm perfectly fine. It is what it is. Okay. I said he's been a top 5 player in the regular season, top 3-ish.
He's been top 3-ish. So how if he's been top 3, so how can you put 5 people ahead of him though? It makes no sense. So who are the 5 ahead of him? Who's the 5 ahead of him? If you're saying he's not in your in general top 5, who's ahead of him?
Brother, you can't keep asking me a question and then keep talking past the question. So my general top 5 right now is SGA, Giannis,
Luka,
Jokic, and that is my general top 5. He will enter that general top 5 when he plays well in the playoffs.
Was Embiid
nigga Giannis, nigga? What?
Yeah. So Embiid was a top 5 player too?
Yeah.
When did he have this playoff translation that you're asking for?
Exactly.
Like he's played well in the playoffs. What?
Top 5 level, in your opinion?
Yes.
Past the first round?
No, he hasn't.
Because that was your bar for Wemby. It was beyond the first round.
No, he hasn't.
The Knicks in the first round when they lost.
But he was balling, and that was a good team.
So if Wemby loses in the first round but plays well, he's top 5.
I mean, but again, Philly was like what seed were they? 4th, 5th seed?
The only reason they would have seed is because Embiid got hurt.
This is crazy.
I know, but what I'm saying, he's able to play good comp in the first round. That's different.
So Embiid was a top
play
5
some
player
good comp, play well.
Okay, so was Embiid's first year being top 5 2024?
You said what?
Was Embiid in 2024? Was that the first year he was ever top 5?
Nah.
So why was he top 5 in 2023?
I mean, at one point, like if you continue to stack these kind of regular seasons, I mean, come on.
Oh my god,
this
bro,
is
you're scrambling.
Like this, bro.
Wemby played our top 5 level last regular season.
I disagree with
you. Exactly, you're scrambling. So real talk. So if the nigga win the MVP and lose in the first round, he's still not top 5.
Should.
No, I'm telling you, if he catches the Thunder,
he will win
MVP, and then,
in my opinion. So him winning that doesn't matter to me.
Let me finish the question. So if he wins the MVP, first round he plays the Suns, averages 20 on 40% shooting, whatever the fuck, he's still not top 5. Even though the past 2 regular seasons he's been playing top 3, top 5 level.
Especially if Ant does his usual first round business and averages 40. No.
Hell no.
Again,
man.
You niggas is $2 hoes. That's what I've learned.
So Michael Jordan wasn't top 5 as a rookie?
You said who?
Michael Jordan wasn't top 5 as a rookie?
I wouldn't be mad if
Kareem stepped into the league as probably the best nigga in the league.
Who?
Kareem.
Didn't they make the playoffs?
Yeah. But even before the
even before the playoffs.
He went top 5?
He proved it in the playoffs.
No. Okay,
Jesus,
that's
brother,
I'm staying away from Kareem because I don't even know if you watched rookie Kareem games. I'm not going to say you have or you haven't. I don't know.
I mean, no.
I know you watch rookie Michael Jordan games. I know you watch rookie Michael Jordan games, right?
Okay.
So when you watch those games, that man went top 5?
He was open. He was top 5 in the regular season.
Just say it's a bad criteria. Just say it's a bad criteria. Just say
when you watch those MJ rookie games, that man won a top 5.
Top 5 of the regular season. Absolutely.
All right, salute to you, man. Salute to you. We got in circles. You got it.
Yes, you need something in the playoff category for me to rank you top 5. I'm not changing that either. Nothing y'all can say is going to change my mind on that. Nothing. If he's as good as y'all claim he is, then he should have no problem going into the playoffs and translating to top 5 levels. That's it.
Salute to you, man.
That shouldn't be a problem.
If he has a bad 4 or 5 games, that shouldn't change the whole season.
If he's as good as y'all say, him meeting that criteria should not be a problem at all. And I don't even think it's going to be a problem for him. All I'm saying is I need to see it. That's it.
I'm just saying, we never seen a guy who probably is going to win MVP. I still have Shea, but he's probably going to win MVP. And then if he loses in the first round, he's not top 5. That makes no sense. Like, we've never seen that before. Even Dirk, when he won and lost in the first round, I'm pretty sure people were still having him top 5.
Dirk
when he won MVP.
Again, Dirk already had previous playoff success. You're comparing him to people that already have previous playoff success. Dirk was just in the finals the previous year.
And you knocking him for being better earlier than them.
It's not a knock. That's not a knock. He has to go to the playoffs and perform. It's not a knock. He hasn't even gone to the playoffs. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, no one in
playoff success.
Exactly, bro. Like, you just grandfathered Giannis into a top 5. You grandfathered this nigga here.
This is where the ball gets weird to me, right? So we can watch Giannis get fried on defense for a whole series, but because he averaged 35, that's good enough. But Wemby, if he averages 20 while providing best in the world defense, he's not top 5.
I never put a point per game total on it. I said he has to play. He has to play at a top 5 level.
So if Wemby averages 20 in the playoffs, round 1, it's inefficient. But he's Wemby on defense. Is he a top 5 player?
I'll have to see what that looks like. Because again, I'm not gonna let Wemby Steph gravity his way and every game is good. That's
you don't need to say I'm asking you because the last time we saw Giannis in the playoffs, he was getting obliterated on defense. True or false?
Because they were wrongly using him, but sure.
Cool. But offensively, he was
what?
Right? But offensively,
that's not Giannis.
Offensively, he was Giannis, right?
Yes.
But overall, when Giannis was on the floor, they were getting fried. The defense was cooked. And then the last time we saw Giannis in the playoffs before that,
when he was on the court, then.
It was definitely not. Yeah, you could check it. I know for a fact it wasn't.
In the playoffs,
I can assure you it was not. Like I would bet my life savings it was not. But you could check and then confirm. And the last time we saw him in the playoffs before that was 2023, where once again, offensively he was cool. It was up and down, couldn't make free throws, whatever, bad back, all of that stuff. And then defensively it was the Bucks giving up 100 threes, all of that stuff. So when is the last time Giannis played at regular season Giannis levels in the playoffs?
Again, to me, last season, he just was
you
misused.
just don't have a high bar for Giannis, I guess.
No, he was just misused defensively. Why are they asking Giannis?
If Giannis is a two-way player,
but there's still limitations in his two-wayness.
I agree. If Giannis is a two-way player and he's very clearly not providing that two-way value in the playoffs, how is that playing?
He was not.
Because I hold Giannis to a standard of he's elite on both sides of the ball. If Giannis isn't providing elite value on both sides of the ball, he's not playing.
But the schematics should have to make sense.
I agree.
Because Giannis' two-way ability is the only thing that people use to put over Jokic. And if he's not providing that on both sides of the ball,
far better.
He is, but offensively, but he is. But offensively, if Jokic is clearing him by even 10%, the defense he's been showing in the playoffs the last couple of years, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't. And then with Wemby, if you get 25 points from somebody who's clearly and by far 100% better than any other player on the defensive side, shuts off a whole avenue of scoring for a team, and you can't say he's top 5 and grandfathering Giannis into the fucking top 5.
It's not
Giannis has no standard.
Somebody who already has previous. Like I don't know. I don't understand why this
4 years ago.
It's not just 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
4 years ago.
In my opinion, first off, 4 years ago, also due to like injuries and stuff. But again, y'all are comparing.
Fuck it, put LeBron back in the top 5 too.
Comparing him, to me, it is irrelevant and not an apples to apples comparison at all. To compare him to players who already have proven and shown at the highest of levels and continue to have dominant regular seasons as well. To me, that's not the same thing. I know.
Well, we need to put AD in the top 5 too. AD. We need to put AD in the top 5 too. We have to put AD in the top 5.
Why would I look at Giannis the same way? Because knowing he's been hurt. Also, you are a KD fan up here making this argument. Hilarious, by the way, Delsky. But
I'm not putting KD in the top 5.
Whoa. Giannis has already proven and shown at the highest level. And continue to have phenomenal regular seasons. He's gotten hurt, sure, in the playoffs, so that does knock him. And then, in my opinion, he played well in the playoffs last year. That's my opinion.
So last year, Giannis played like Giannis levels in the playoffs.
Sure.
Okay, so you just don't view Giannis the same.
Yeah.
You think Giannis is worse than I do? That's really it.
No facts.
That's the only explanation.
It's crazy because you have to put AD in the top 5. With this criteria you're using, you have to put AD top 5. He has to be. He has to be.
No, I do not.
That was a Giannis who. But remember, last year regular season, Giannis was shooting like 48% from mid range, top five mid range percentage in the league.
It went down to the end of the
couldn't buy a jump shot in the playoffs.
But his efficiency didn't drop.
Couldn't buy a jump shot in the playoffs, so that's not regular season levels.
But he was still scoring the ball.
Defensively getting obliterated, so that's not Giannis levels. But because he averaged points on good efficiency, Giannis levels. I hold Giannis to a higher standard than that. Me personally, I don't know.
So we're
hold
gonna,
Giannis to a higher level than
Giannis Giannis was
my bad. I hold Giannis to a higher standard than points per game in true shooting. I hold him to a higher standard. I think he's a better player. If he puts up points on true shooting, he had a Giannis series.
Was Giannis a dominant offensive player in that series? Yes,
I think Giannis was amazing offensively in that series.
Okay, so why did he have to shoot well from the mid range to do that?
Because the level that Giannis set was dominant interior, and also was making jumpers that year. In the playoffs, it was dominant interior, not making jumpers, and getting obliterated on defense. That's not Giannis level. That's not Giannis level. It affected Giannis as an overall offensive package because he wasn't doing one thing that he did in the regular season in the playoffs. The thing he does in the regular season translated to the playoffs, the interior scoring, absolutely. The fact that they couldn't guard him one-on-one on the wing, absolutely translated. The fact that he could draw fouls, absolutely translated. But when you're not making jumpers at the rate you did in the regular season and your defense is egregious, yeah, that's not Giannis levels. Giannis, to me, when healthy, top 3 player on the planet. Giannis, to me, in that playoff series, did not play like Giannis. Giannis is a two-way player who was playing borderline bad defense. I hold him to a standard where it's not just, points and true shooting. Yeah, Giannis, you played like yourself. No, I hold you to a higher bar.
But again, clearly, why would you? To me, that doesn't make sense when they're asking him to do something. If Ben Wallace was
Jesus Christ.
If Detroit is asking Ben Wallace to go out there and switch on the perimeter all game, I'm not going to be looking at Ben Wallace like, oh my God, why aren't you?
If Ben Wallace has a bad defensive series, he didn't play like Ben Wallace.
Yeah, but they're not. They're also asking him to do stuff we all know Ben Wallace shouldn't be doing. So why would I even like?
Houston's asking KD to do, and we've all brought up that KD
exactly.
Blah blah blah. But guess what? We're quick to talk about his weaknesses when he's being forced to do things.
I've defended KD, so
exactly
wrong person to use this argument against. I've defended.
You've also
KD.
spoken badly about KD, so the same point still applies.
Win.
The point is we can understand two things are true. Giannis was misutilized on defense. Giannis being misutilized on defense meant he didn't play at his regular season level. Therefore, Giannis' regular season level was not met in the playoffs. Both of those things are true.
Yeah, I mean, to you that makes sense. Fine. To me,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not penalizing a player for underperforming in a role that we know he's not supposed to be doing. Like that doesn't make. Well, I wouldn't tax a player for that.
But we do that to everybody, though.
No, we don't. You speak for yourself. I don't do that. Speak for yourself. I don't do that. I have how long now this season have I been saying, wait, am I frozen? Are y'all frozen?
Did you penalize KD
No.
for 2022?
Oh shit. I don't know what Mark said.
Did you
Look,
penalize
at
KD
first,
for 2022?
when I was talking about KD against Jaylen Brown early in the season, I had text KD, but then I was like, you know what? That's a disservice because that's just
what
not
happened
Kevin
was
Durant's
Jaylen
game.
Brown
So
started shooting 50% from mid range. Don't act like it was a KD thing. It was Jaylen Brown started playing worse. It wasn't KD. I was wrong about KD. No, you was praising Jaylen Brown for his month in January
because
said he was better than KD. That man stopped making jumpers and he was like,
you're wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. Because I came to the same conclusion about Anthony Edwards. Because at first, and needs to do this, that, and it's like, that's not his game right now. So why are we tasking him with that responsibility? I did the same thing. I even apologized to Alfred Sengun on Twitter.
Ooh. Did you tax KD for 2022?
2022?
Yeah, answer that question.
Did you tax KD for 2022? I dare you to lie.
I actually don't. I don't think so.
All right, real talk. I go about 3 minutes before I go and leave.
I don't think so.
I go about 3 minutes, so if we can speed this up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to say one last thing before I get off. People say my mic is trash. I'm on the Bluetooth, in the gym. I just sat down for a minute. But this is what I'm going to say. We as a basketball community, the positionless shit has ruined basketball. I want to say that for first and foremost, because now we expecting all these different players with different body types, different sizes to be able to be scorers, rebounders, ball handlers, pick and roll navigation, shooters. They got to be able to, play out of the post. They got to be able to shoot mid-range. Like some players, like Wemby, he doesn't need to ever be able to create for his teammates to be the best player in the world. You don't have to compare that to somebody else and say, they can hub an offense. It doesn't matter if you can hub an offense if you can anchor a all-time great defense and still get 25 points per game. It doesn't matter. And all these players who want to be 6'8", 6'10", playing out of position, that stuff does not work in the playoffs. You got to, at some point, be able to play a style of basketball that contributes to having all your teammates be able to play at their maximum level. And that's what Wemby is doing. That's why I love when he said offense is more than just points and assists or whatever he said, because it is. To be able to play off of other players and allow them to be their full true selves is a skill in itself.
Oh, so you can understand that when it comes to Wemby, but we're going to ask Giannis to guard on the perimeter, knowing he's not a perimeter defender. And then
what is Giannis? Giannis
defense thing. Yeah, thank you. We have to move on.
Was Giannis a top 5 player in 2020?
Steph. Is that the year Steph went down? Steph missed time.
KD didn't play. None of them.
KD didn't play. I mean, damn, by default, then yeah, sure.
Was he a top 5 player in 2019?
In the regular season. I'm sorry. And then you talking about 2019 when you have KD, Steph, LeBron, Harden, AD, Kawhi all running around? What? Yeah, no, man, shit.
So Giannis didn't become a top 5 solidified player until 2021. Because 2020 is only by default.
Combined with playoff success. Sure.
Yeah, the same bar you've been using for Wemby. Giannis didn't become a solidified top 5 player until 2021.
This isn't like something new for me. I've had like James Harden, damn near number 1, number 2 in the regular season. It doesn't mean I have to have him as a top 5 player. Overall,
we can all agree there's a difference between playing at a top 5 level and regular season. I'm not arguing about that. Giannis wasn't a solidified top 5 player until 2021. I just want to get confirmation.
No, you're trying to get.
I want to get confirmation. Giannis wasn't a top 5 solidified player.
He was top 5 in 2020.
But that was by default, not solidified if everyone's healthy. 2021 was the first year he was solidified top 5.
I don't know if I agree with that. Do I agree with that?
I don't know. I'm asking.
No, I think
you said by
top 5
default
player in 2020.
despite not having.
I also
playoff
thought he
series
was
past the
already
first
better
round.
than James Harden for sure in 2020.
Okay, so even though in 2019, his first MVP year, we saw what happened against Toronto, against Boston, he didn't have a Giannis level series either. And his first round series is the first round, so he's a number 1 seed, blah, blah, blah. 2020, first round series against Orlando, first round opponent, number 1 seed. Then he plays Miami, doesn't play to Giannis levels. So why is the bar changed?
Because at that time, he had already amassed some regular seasons.
2 of them.
Mm-hmm. Playing his best in the world caliber.
Salute to you. Okay.
Yeah. Again, I don't. And he got hurt against Miami in 2020 in the bubble.
So Jokic didn't come top 5 until 2023.
Nah, it was circumstances around that. It's not no criteria is going to be one size fits all. Jokic wasn't going deep into the playoffs because like his whole team was hurt by the time he hit like that peak. One of those, what you call it? Was it 22?
But it's not about winning, it's about how he plays, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, but I'm saying he can't even go past the first round if his team is bad.
Well, he played against the Warriors in the first round. He played against a good team. So it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. It's about playing against a good team. And he didn't play at Jokic levels in that series, did he?
Yeah,
Unless
but
you
he
think
also
he
wasn't with his full team.
What's that got to do with his ability to guard?
I mean, he's never been top 5 because of his defense. He's always been top 5 because of his offensive
Was
value.
his defense worse in the playoffs than the regular season in 22?
His defense is bad to me in general. To me, I'm not ranking
Bad
Jokic
can be worse,
off
right?
of his defense.
But something that's bad can be worse, right? We can say Darius Garland is a better defender than Trae
I'm
Young,
not
even though they're
taxing a
bad.
player who doesn't have his whole team available to him. Again, it's not one
His whole
size
team
fits
would have
all.
made him been able to play pick and roll defense.
He would have been a better offensive player.
What about in 2021? MPJ is the reason why he couldn't guard. Even though Chris Paul's pick. Yeah, when he plays Phoenix and they get swept. No MPJ and Jamal Murray is the reason why Chris Paul's picking on him in pick and roll.
No, but again, he's always been a bad defender.
That's the reason he averaged 21 points. Because he didn't have MPJ and Jamal Murray. Okay, so he won an MVP, had a bad series. Then the next year he lost again, didn't have a great series. But it's because his teammates were hurt.
Correct. Context, yeah.
I mean, something could be true. It doesn't mean that's why he had a bad series. That doesn't change the fact.
If more offensive threats on the court, he would have an easier time playing offense. What?
No one's arguing he wouldn't have an easier time. We're arguing that he didn't play at top 5 level.
He's playing in 22. That was the best playoff defense in the league with his offensive help hurt. Why would I tax him for that like that? That doesn't make sense.
We're talking about his performance.
Yeah, he would have an easier time performing with his healthy roster.
No one's arguing that. No one's arguing that. We're arguing about his level of performance.
Okay, and so I'm saying, yes, my rule typically is that, but I also am allowed to give context to certain players knowing their context.
So
I don't understand
in 19 and 20?
What is the disconnect? In 22, the man played the number 1 defense in the playoffs without his other offensive weaponry. I'm not going to tax him for that like that. No, I'm not.
And then in 21.
In what?
In 21.
In 21, he was bad. But he also was great against in the first series.
And then for Giannis in 2019 and 2020.
At that point, I do think if you start to stack up best in the world regular seasons, that can be an exception. And Giannis in 2020,
if Wemby has this season next year, is he top 5?
If Wemby has this caliber of season next year, then
regardless of if he plays well in the playoffs this year, he's top 5 going into the playoffs next year.
Yeah. But you had, those are the circumstances. Yes. But my overall general philosophy is you have to have some playoff success to be ranked a top 5 player. And that for me generally isn't changing. No.
Understood.
It's not.
Understood.
And I'm
Wemby
also
having
not
a season. Aren't they up by 200?
penalizing. I'm also not.
Why is Wemby
penalizing
still in the
players.
game? What the fuck? Oh, he wasn't in the game. Okay, never mind. My game was behind. Oh, 7 for 21. Oof. Sorry, carry.
I'm also not penalizing players for playing a defense they shouldn't be playing. Also, like Giannis last year. Let me see.
We got more people.
It's one more person.
Oh my god.
Bro. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, bro. Nigga Mars Sassy, grown ass man, by the way. What's up, real talk? How you been, little bro?
First off, Lillis Bros. I don't know what you got going on right now.
Lillis Bros. Bro.
That's why you're last, because you have to wait for all the adults to go first.
Bro. Don't run from us this year, bro. Don't run from us this year, bro. All I'm finna say, do not run from us this year. We got healthy knees this time. Maxey back. Unfortunately, Kelly Oubre's back. Bro, do not run from us this year, bro. Do not run from us this year, bro. Bro, we dropped 35 points and we ain't played basketball in a month, bro. Nobody's doing it like us, bro. Not Kobe.
Oh, this Embiid prop? Oh, we here.
Not
Not
Bean. Nigga, only niggas doing it like it's like Jordan, Kevin Durant, and that's where the list stops, nigga. It's us. It goes Jordan, Hans, KD. That's when, like, when it comes to score, that's how I go. That's how I go.
You a better scorer than KD?
2B, 2A, 2B, bro. Type it. 2A, 2B, bro.
I'm gonna let the prop slide. So yeah, shout out to Embiid, man. Facts.
That's all I gotta say. Don't run from us. We gonna dominate. We're gonna dominate this year, bro. Oh, give me Big Purr in the first round, nigga. Oh, do not run from us. Do not run from us, nigga. We are tearing that shit up. No Diddy. We tearing that shit up, bro. No bet, bro. All right, yeah. You have a good week.
Yeah, I like this guy. We should have brought him up sooner. Yeah.
Yeah, have a good little weak ass stream. Fuck, hey, Lakers, K. Fuck Luka. Yeah. Like that shit.
That was a good last guest. Yeah, that was a good last guest. I like that.
So you have regular seasons where you thought Harden was the best player, right?
Yeah, 2019. I think he played the best in the regular season.
Okay. Where did you rank him overall?
Are we including LeBron or not including LeBron? Because obviously he got hurt that year.
Either one, I guess. Whichever one you go with.
Including Braun, just assuming Braun is still Braun fourth. Not including Braun third. Steph and KD would be above.
Why did he move? Why did he move down if you thought he played the best in the regular season?
For the same reason I've always said this about players. I think playing better doesn't mean you are better. You can play better for a variety of different reasons. When I look at who I think the better player is for how I think you impact your team in an average situation, your skill set, how I think that translates, the versatility of your game, the ability to play in a variety of different situations, how many things can be exploited within your game, all of those things. I just think James Harden had a more exploitable game in the playoffs, which is why I think Steph and KD were more malleable than him. But I've always been of that opinion. There's been many guys who have had the best regular season and not been the best player in the world. That's not even my argument for you against Wemby.
How do we know somebody's playoff malleability before he gets there?
I mean, you can project. That's why I didn't really believe in Julius Randle in 21, and I didn't rank him as high as other people.
I mean, not as.
But then there's also many times I've been wrong where I project someone's not really going to translate to the playoffs as well, and then they do because I didn't see something within their skill set, whatever the case may be. I'm just on the side of I'm a trust what my eyes see. If I'm wrong about Wemby, I'm wrong about Wemby. Like, I'm fine. I'll just, once again, new information. I'm not going to hold myself back from saying what I can see because I need to see it in the playoffs before I can confirm what my eyes have been seeing for 2 years. I'm not on that side. If I'm wrong and Wemby has glaring flaws that I already haven't accounted for, I think Wemby's handle is going to be loose in the playoffs. If they have him creating, I guess I can use the cop out of he shouldn't be creating if he has turnover problems in the playoffs. Well, that's going to be my new thing. Anytime someone does something they shouldn't be doing, I'm not even going to blame the player. I'm going to blame the coaching staff for putting them in precarious positions.
No, he shouldn't be handling the ball.
Yeah, if Wemby's dribbling,
but he should be
turning the ball.
He should be able to make reads out of like the mid post and stuff, that like places where he actually has the ball.
Yeah, and he's shown that he's able to do that. But if he ends up dribbling the ball and turning it over, I ain't even gonna blame Wemby for that. Forget that it's his
No,
fault.
they have 3 point guards on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
I'm not even gonna blame him for clearly being flawed at that. But yeah, I think that defense travels, in my opinion. The play finishing travels. The fact that he has the gravity that he does have. I think all of these things are clear signs that guy is going to be a top 5 player regular season or playoffs. Now, is it going to look the same in the regular season and playoffs? That's yet to be found. That's yet to be seen. Is it going to be matchup dependent in terms of what maximizes his impact? Absolutely. He would look better against the Rockets than he would against another team, for example. But I do believe his impact is going to travel to any level of basketball, because that's what my eyes are telling me it would do. So I just trust my eyes. That's really it. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I like my eyes.
Okay. Have the 5 players that I named not all had good playoff series already?
Everyone's had good playoff series. Julius Randle's had good playoff series. Paolo Banchero's had good playoff series. Everyone's had good playoff series. Once again, like I say, in these small samples, Paolo's actually the perfect example. That man shoots 40% from 3 in the playoffs. I don't put much stock in that. It's 12 games.
Paulo's 82 regular season sample size is also different from Ant's. I'm obviously talking about players already in this caliber of
but
player,
even with
not
Wemby, the same thing
Paolo
applies.
Banchero.
My point. Well, the way I evaluate players applies top to bottom. It's not just, it applies for the top group, and then I have to change it for the bottom group or the middle group. No, mine applies top to bottom. So if I think things are unsustainable, if I think it's unsustainable for the top guy, for the same reason I would think it's unsustainable for the middle guy. If I think someone goes on a hot streak from 3 and they're not that good of a shooter, but they're the 3rd best player in the world, I'm gonna say the same thing for a guy who's not the 50th best player in the world and goes on a hot streak from 3. I didn't move PJ Washington up because he had that series against OKC. The same way I didn't move him down when he had that series against Boston, because I can understand in smaller samples, shooting varies. If Wemby has a bad shooting series, I don't then move him down because he had a bad shooting series. The way I'm not going to move him all the way up if he has a good shooting series. I don't do it that way in these small samples. So I'm going to value the regular season. I'm going to value the playoffs. The thing I look for in the playoffs is more about process than actual outcomes. Like if you're shooting bad shots and they're going in, I don't then view you as a better player because you have variance on your side. If you're shooting good shots and you're able to create good shots routinely and you happen to be missing them, I don't then move you down because you had a bad shooting series. But if you're unable to create separation, unable to create good looks, and you're struggling, then I can look at it that there's a flaw within your game. You're unable to create separation. You're athletically limited, whatever the case may be. Yeah, that's how I judge players. It's always going to be about process over the outcomes. In smaller samples, outcomes are going to look very different because you might get hot at the right time, you might get cold at the wrong time. That's why I've never really believed in Chet's 3-point shooting. That release is slow. And there's a reason, I think, why he struggles in the playoffs to make shots. That release is slow as hell. So even though in the regular seasons he's 38, 39, whatever he shoots from 3, I never believed he was that level of shooter because you could see how easily that would be to counter in the playoffs. So, and even if he has a playoff run now where he shoots a good percentage, that doesn't then unwrite everything that I've been saying about Chet for the first 3 years of his career. It's just, that's not how I view it. So, I don't know.
I mean, I know I don't have a top to bottom because I don't think it's that black and white. For me personally, I think different tiers of players have different expectations. And the lower tier player you are, the more reliant you are on your circumstances, in my opinion. So
I can agree with that.
That's different in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm just so now I don't know. If he has a bad playoff run, it's not going to mean anything. Because I think we all would agree with that if James Harden was able to string together better playoff runs and not have those kind of moments, then I think he would have had like real action at best in the world title.
By moments, you mean like the elimination game stuff?
Yeah, my
opinion has always been from 2018 to 2020, which is when I think James Harden elevated to that level. 2017, I'm slightly lower because I don't think his isolation game had come along. 2018 to 2020, I'm strongly of the opinion that his elimination game stuff is grossly overblown. So that's just more of your opinion than mine. I think James Harden played well, and especially like the high leverage games against Golden State, 2018, that game 7. I'm never going to blame James Harden for that game. 2019 against Golden State, once again, I think he was the best player in that series because KD went down. I think he was the best player in that series. I'm not blaming him for that. 2020 against the Lakers, I'm pretty sure you would agree James Harden was good in that series, right? Well, I'm pretty sure you would agree. Even in that closeout game, they got fried, but James Harden was fine. Like I always think he's going to be liable to have like the bad games within series, but that's always once again due to the nature of how he scores. He's a very volatile scorer because he relies on the 3. But I understood that going into things, so I already knew that James Harden's efficiency was going to be heavily dependent on 3s.
So in 2019, if you don't think he played or had any bad moments in 2019's playoff run, and you thought he was the best in the regular season, then you thought he was the best player in the league that year?
No, because his play style was inherently flawed. But it can still produce impact in the regular season that can outweigh the guys like Steph and KD. But I prefer their play style. They were just on the same team, so impact-wise on their units, they weren't going to be able to match up to what James Harden was able to do in the regular
I get the play style thing, but it's like
he also does just play worse in the playoffs anyway. It's just I think it's overblown. But it doesn't mean he doesn't have bad moments or lackluster moments. He plays worse in the playoffs. Even in 2019, he played worse in the playoffs. That Jazz series that people praise him for.
Playing worse for James Harden when you're averaging.
He played worse than Steph and KD in the 2019 playoffs. He played worse than both of them. Now, Steph had an opportunity to amend what he did in the Houston series by going into Portland and doing what he did to Portland and playing against Toronto on demand, and he did all the things he did. And KD, we saw what he did against the Clippers and the Rockets. So, but KD in the 2019 playoffs, no one was playing better than him, in my opinion, including James Harden. Steph Curry in the conference finals and the finals was playing at a level higher than I think James Harden played at. James Harden in that Jazz series struggled immensely with the coverage they gave him. And that's due to the inherent flaws in his play style, the intermediate game that you've alluded to. He had those flaws in the regular season. It's just not going to get counted as much in the regular season as it does in the playoffs. So that's why he's able to be better in the regular season than the playoffs, despite being the same player. So that's why, even though I think he played the best in the regular season, it's because he weren't going up against teams that were scheming around what he does. When teams scheme around what he does, you can see his effectiveness get dampened in a way that I don't think happened to Steph and KD. Therefore, they are better players than him, but he was playing better than them in the regular season. I think that's fair.
I don't know if that logic holds up though either, because like in 2014, Kevin Durant was arguably the best player in the regular season by performance, and then there was a team able to like hone in on his lack of playmaking and passing in the Memphis Grizzlies. And so then like all of these players have weaknesses.
That's why I think he was the second best player in the world and LeBron was number 1. Even though
LeBron was like number 1 in 2011.
Season. Yeah.
And there was a team
because
that
who else was
I'm saying what I'm saying is I don't know like how can you we'll have to continue this on another episode because I'm just not seeing.
I don't know. Maybe this could be the Wednesday episode. I don't even know how. Maybe it could be like, what do the playoffs mean? I don't know. Like something.
Something to that effect. Because like I don't know. I'm always going to be of the belief that playoff translation is a massive part of ranking people. That's why LeBron continued. Right? That's why LeBron continued to be number 1 over and over again. There were by the time we get to like 2015, there was
I agree
multiple people outperforming him in the regular season. He would get that title back because of his playoff runs. But now I can't wait to elevate or to have complete judgment on the player until I see them.
You can wait. No one's stopping you from waiting. People are just disagreeing with who you're waiting for. People just think Wemby is fairly obvious. But if Wemby ends up having a stinker, you can go around a victory lap if you want. Like, no one's going to stop you from doing that. And I'm going to still be on this side that, yeah, I still think Wemby's top 5. So, like, I'm, like, the same way, if Wemby has an amazing series, you're going to then move him into the top 5. If Wemby has a bad series, offensively speaking, because I don't know if he can have a bad defensive series. We'll see. If he has a bad defensive series, I might actually amend my opinion. That's where I say. If he has a bad defensive series where teams are able to remove his value, like dampen his value on defense, then I'm willing to say, yeah, maybe he's not top 5. But if his defense still travels to the playoffs, the offense is going to be like, there's going to be, I'll probably have him top 5. That's kind of it. I'll probably start him top 5. So we'll see.
All righty. Well, that will conclude episode 1 of Town Hall Hoop Streams. Make sure that you tap in, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like
You
the
have 2
stream,
super
like.
chats you didn't read.
My fault. My fault.
From two teddies, different teddies, but 2 teddies.
2 teddies. Okay. Teddy said, "How long do we wait before it's okay to be concerned about Tatum shooting?" I'm already here. Yeah,
I've been concerned about Tatum shooting for like 3 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. The shooting and the shot selection, I've been worried about. So you don't have to wait, Teddy. You can worry right now. Go ahead and worry yourself to sleep, buddy. Teddy Hart 2913 said, let me see. Hopefully OKC can trade up with Dort plus 15th to 16th ish picks and get around an 8th pick. Yaxil or Kareem Lopez would be great. I don't know.
I don't think you need a top 8 pick for Kareem Lopez. You could probably get him out the lottery if I had to guess. I also don't think Lou Dort in the 15th pick gets you the 8th pick. But who knows? We'll see. Yaxel would be great for you guys though, but you guys got enough. Chill out.
Yeah, OKC needs absolute. Well, actually, I'm not going to say they don't need anything. They have a few things that they can improve on. But that will conclude our first episode of Town Hall Hoop Streams, man. Make sure that you tapped in. Again, make sure you like the stream, like the video. If and when it, well, not if it concludes, because it is going to conclude. When it concludes, like the video as well. Make sure that you turn on that notification bell so you know when we go live and when we drop another vid. Also, make sure you all are tapped in with Mars, because we will be on his channel Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, doing the same thing we just did today. So make sure you tap in over there on Wednesday as well. And then, of course, I'm going to have Mars's YouTube channel in the description, so you can find it there. Mars, any last words before you get up out of here, man?
Told you we'd be going over 3 hours.
Yeah.
On my channel, I'll be able to keep things punctual, you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be 3 hour streams because, I'm good at my job. But it's good to be back, man. New name, new branding. There's politics, man, in this space. But we got over the hurdles, man. We did what we needed to do,
man.
Yeah, glad to be back. It's been like 2 months. It's been like 2
It's been 2 months. Y'all do not know. We have been, man, pulling every string that we could to bring the show back for you guys. So hopefully you all enjoy it as much as we do. And until next time, it's been real. Peace, love, and blessings to you all, man.
Merry Christmas.